Hey, am I in the right place here? Not a single comment in the chat. Not one comment. Nobody. No comments. It's 9:35. Oh, it's 9 people. 9 people. We got any audio tonight? I forgot to confirm settings. Let me see. We got a microphone, the Rode NT1 5th gen. It's legit. We got a camera here. We are going to have a guest. Some things. Oh, you know what? I gotta do something. All right, hang on. I gotta do a few things, and then we'll be ready. If anyone's out there, let me know in the comments, and we'll get things rolling here. But first, we need to do a thing. All right, so we do that thing. All right. All right. Too Fluent. What's up, man? All right, so Too Fluent is coming on here. Let me just get my axe tool. Kyle. Hang on a second. It's a little hot. A little hot. Got the plantation gear tonight. It's a little hot. I might have to switch to shorts too. I might go to shorts, but I think this will be okay for now. All right, so Lewis, let's get serious here. I just want to make sure audio is good. I don't think I'm going to. We're going to do an alpha box break, 2 boxes. I don't know where I put my AirPods holder. I don't really want to go AirPods. All right, Lewis. Queuing up. Let me make sure the audio's on. Got the axe tool squared away. And I got a few other things going on this side. So before I pop them in, let me just get a few things configured. What's Rosado doing? Guy jacked my own meme. All right. All right. So we got this. All right. What I'm going to need to do is one of those. All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Dude, what's up?
How's it going?
How you doing?
Good, good.
Well, you got like a more hardcore whiteout background than I even usually
Yeah.
do. What's going on there? You got some high?
It's just a filter. I'm not in my usual recording spot. That's why.
You got some. Let me go a little shorter. You got some secret stuff you can't reveal on the back wall, or
perhaps.
It looks like you're floating from a cloud or something. But I see the shard bugs hat. So we're gonna talk some shard bugs.
Sure.
So let me just say this is like we'll call it State of the Realm episode number 8. I think we're up to, because I think I called the last one 6. I found out after the show is actually 7. So we're up to 8.
All right.
So we're going to talk. We'll talk for about an hour, and then we're going to do some other post-talk activities with alpha breaks and whatnot. But so let me just, well, why don't you introduce yourself, like how we, I guess, like starting from a sorcery perspective, you know, how you got involved in sorcery and emerged from the sorcery community, and how and why you decided to start your own project.
Yeah. So my name's Lewis, and lots of you know me as Too Fluent on the Discords, and been actively involved in trading cards for like 25 years. But about almost 5 years ago, I got more into the indie card games. Looked into some MetaZoo, poked around a bunch of other indies while they were still in Kickstarter or pre-Kickstarter phase. And then I found Sorcery. I think it was like day 2 or day 3 of the Kickstarter. So I missed like the actual launch, which I'm kind of a little salty about. I think had I known about it before it went live, I think I would have given you a run for your money for that big avatar tier.
Yeah. Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, no, I see it. No, it's beautiful, man. Everything she does, Severin's such a goat in what she does. Yeah, but I found Sorcery a few days in. You know, I backed it still pretty heavily and believed in the project and the game, still do. And met you early on, like day 1, jumped on the Discord with a lot of the OGs, and learn more about the game and the artists behind it. You've been a great help to kind of introduce the art and the artists behind um, the game, which was great, and been following your content, ever since. So
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I think I saw, like you say, you were like one of the early people in the Discords. Like when it started up, there was, I want to say, maybe a few hundred. I mean, it was pretty small and it was
Mhm.
growing fast like every day, but it was like
Right.
when it first stood up, it was like pretty small. Eric was very active in there. And there was, like you say, the OGs. There was like a core group of guys that were super active. It's still similar today. It's just like different people for
Mhm.
the most part, because some people kind of disappear, come back, for new releases, and everyone's got a different story. But and then I
Sure.
met you at Courtesan Cup last year in person for the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. That was a good
And
time over there.
then, yeah, so then you started Shard Bugs, right? So we're both like familiar with the early beginnings of Sorcery.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be cool, like since you're kind of like living the experience of what it's like to launch through Kickstarter and what
Mhm.
it's like to kind of go to market in your first year of a game. I thought it'd be cool to talk a bit about that, and like
Absolutely.
Sorcery had a similar path, but went like kind of the Rudy advertisement route. So you're kind of doing a different approach, different.
Yeah,
I
we're
guess would
doing
you call it
more kind of,
grassroots in a way?
yeah,
Yeah.
like grassroots, start out small, growing incrementally, quality over quantity, and
Hmm.
but we're doing fine. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about that venture. So, um, following a bunch of indies, tried out a bunch of new games, supporting a bunch of creators, and by then I had a few businesses that I had opened. My construction company was doing well. Opened up a
Yeah.
window and door dealership, partnered with a couple other people and some other firms, and which is kind of liking the whole startup venture. Um, you know, just starting up companies and figuring out what works, how to put all the cogs and pieces together, make them run smoothly.
Hmm.
And I decided I wanted to open up another company, but I wanted something more that I kind of enjoyed. Not that I don't enjoy construction, but I figured I could take my TCG hobby and my love for TCGs and do something with it. So before I actually started Shard Bugs, I almost started an LGS. Actually, thought that was the
Really?
route I wanted to take.
That's a tough way to go, man.
Yeah, seriously considered that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
it sounds
competitive.
like a dream. You have kind of like a man cave, so to speak, that
Yeah.
almost pays for itself.
Yeah,
That was
nurture a
kind of my
community,
thought.
play games. It's kind of just taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
But
So, but
the
instead of going,
construction thing, I wanted to ask you quickly on that. Is that like a family business, or were you like in the construction? Like, were you like a construction worker and then started your own business?
um, yeah, also, so family, yes and no. So, I actually started up the construction company, but
Okay.
I'm like third generation in construction. My father
Okay.
was in the trades, and his father was in the trades.
Yeah. Cool.
Um, so I took it a little step differently. Like my father, and my grandfather were both carpenters. I learned carpentry during a trade school during my senior year in high school. But right after that, I went into college, learning how to draw blueprints and learned more of the construction management route, and then got into management and sales and took more of the office approach, if you will. And then
Okay.
um, yeah, I mean, I had all my credentials when I was about 27 years old. Took the state exam, passed it, and just kind of
Hmm.
you know tried it out and went on my own, and never looked back since.
Yeah, that's funny because I was like I was in architecture school. I started my undergrad degree in architecture. I did that for a semester, and
Mhm.
then I switched to electrical engineering because I actually didn't have the artistic talent to stick with architecture. So that's kind of like maybe partly why I'm really into art and like appreciate what other people can do. But
Right.
I was like a carpentry laborer for like a couple
Mhm.
summers, and the construction guys were like, "Oh, you're the asshole that's going to be telling us like what to do," because I was like, I would
Yeah.
be the architect like if I stuck with it. But I just thought it'd be a cool summer job, physical thing too.
Mhm.
I was into lifting a lot, so I was like, I'll train some back and arms the old-fashioned way.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah,
kind of
it's
relate
funny
in that
because
sense.
when I
You threw those
actually went to
businesses.
school
It's cool.
for draft and design, which is more the blueprint side of things, and
Oh,
part
okay.
of that actually had me take a few courses of interior design,
Hmm.
which somehow segued into taking the whole course about just painting, art, and aesthetics.
Hmm.
So I actually like studied for a whole semester on how to like analyze art, critique it, different styles, and all that. So I have an appreciation for it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So you grew a few businesses related around that. This is this is like your first gaming style venture or non-construction type business?
Yeah, it's definitely my first gaming venture outside of construction. And
Mhm.
so, I know how to play and I know how to collect, right? But
Yeah.
so putting together a whole game really took looking beyond just myself. And very early on, I looked for some artists and some co-devs that could help, take their expertise and make a whole team, if you will. So we hired a technical writer with TCG background, Scarlett. Jeeps on my production side. He has helped many games get into printing and production. We hired Kuno de Castillo, who's worked on like 4 or 5 other games. Fantastic artist. He's our art
Hmm.
director.
Okay.
I hired Nate, and he's been my kind of cool game designer. Helped me, flesh out the mechanics and everything that is Shard Books.
Is the game like so how does the game play? Is it turn-based or is it like a grid-based
Uh,
spatial aspect?
no grid, although early on I played with the idea with a grid-based game, but ultimately, um, when I wanted to put together a game, um, I had a couple like ulterior motives, right? So my three oldest were actually playing TCGs with me. They were playing Lorcana. I try to get them into sorcery, but the learning curve with them having no previous TCG experience wasn't, was a little bit much for them.
Yeah.
And but just between Pokemon and Lorcana, playing with them, and
Mhm.
I said, okay, well, the grid system is just it adds a dynamic that really kind of can be a little bit steep to learn.
Yeah, more
So I
complexity.
wanted a game that was kind of like user friendly, kind of easy to pick up. But obviously,
Okay.
there's going to be depth in strategy and actually, fine tuning your decks and all that. It's where you can get some high level playing. But I wanted something that a family can get together and play. So we kind of went that route.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Like I always talk about on this channel, people bust my chops because I don't talk about sorcery gameplay as much. But when I talk about gameplay, I talk about games that I played like intensively, which was Magic as a kid when I was pretty
Hmm.
young, up to like middle school ages, and then in more recent years, like Hearthstone was like because it's hard, it's just so simple to like get on a web-based platform and bang out a few games, without having to spend an hour or like be play with physical cards in person with somebody. So that the hallmark of Hearthstone was that it was easy to learn, quick to pick
Right.
up, learn to play, but it had like a lot of depth and complexity and strategery to it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I like that approach. It makes it a little more approachable. People say that like sorcery can be a little bit difficult to learn, like initially. A bit like
Hmm.
I played it. I played with Angerworm. He
Hmm.
taught me initially, and it was like pretty mentally taxing. Like we played the precons for like a solid hour, and I was just peppering them with questions. And there's just so much to think about with the 3 dimensional aspect of
Right.
the different elements and being like
Yeah.
burrowed or flying or whatever.
Hmm.
It's a little different than conventional turn-based Magic or Hearthstone, but it's cool too. It's just more flavorful and fun in that way too. So each game has its pros and cons. So would you say with like Shard Bugs, how do you think it fits compared to like other indies or like the
Hmm.
TCG? Does it have its own niche or is
Yeah,
it
it,
trying
it
to be
has
like
its
other
own
games?
flavor. So when putting together the mechanics with Nate, um, in my youth I played Pokemon, played
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, collected Dragon Ball Z. I played Magic the Gathering in my high school years and for like the last 15 years. Um, so I kind of wanted to mesh my favorite elements of several different games in a way that what's its own. So, and the reason I wanted to do that is doing so kind of gives you a little bit. That's where you can kind of onboard players a little easier if there's certain aspects of it that are familiar, say from other games. So it has a combat system similar to Magic. So
Okay.
its combat system is like a homage a little bit to Magic. it has a fixed. It has the win con is similar to Lorcana, and some people have like said, shard bugs is most closely to Lorcana, and I would say really it's just about that one mechanic where instead of in sorcery and magic you start with 20 health, and you go down to zero. You actually
Mhm.
start with 0 points, and then you work your way up to 20 devotion. That's your win con. But I would
Okay.
say it's about the most similar aspect we have with Lorcana. And what we did was uh, we really just um, really worked on the flavor of the game, especially with the resource system. So the resources is you can put the bug characters into what we call our hive, which is our resource area, and they produce dust, which is our word for mana, and you
Okay.
can play cards with that. There's It's not the only game where you could take almost any card and put it into a resource row. Lorcana has that inkwell system. However, with Lorcana, you would take the card you're going to use for resource, you put it face down, and it's kind of gone forever. You can't play with the for the rest of the game. Um, but we took inspiration from nature, right? And in nature, bugs can kind of come in and out of the hive. So it was a way for us to use bugs in our resources. And if you put a bug card, say it's a high cost bug and you can't play it early on, but maybe mid to late game, you could actually play that bug from your resource row onto the field and actually utilize it. So it's kind of a twist, and I think it's unique to our game for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So is there so let's I know you worked with like a certain partner. We'll get into that in a little bit with the cases and
Mm.
some artwork from Mother Nature herself. But before we go there, let's talk about like the Kickstarter. When did that happen, and like
Mhm.
what was your target? Did you hit the target? What were
Sure.
some of the stretch goals? And then we could kind of parlay it into like a little reveal we'll do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just a little more history on shard bugs. Like, I
Sure.
actually started brewing around with shard bugs. It was like September of 22, and I
Okay.
believe I was still waiting for my sorcery cards then.
Yeah,
I
probably.
had
Came out
hired
pretty quick.
Zip Draw, who was a great comic book artist. I was worked
Mhm.
in other TCG games, and we were just kind of going back and forth, creating pieces and just trying to get a whole aesthetic feel for the game. We did that for about a year before I onboarded all the devs. But I knew I wanted to do something a little different, and it was um, while I was developing shard bugs. Unfortunately, in the indie TCG scene, there were some scams, some rugs. You've probably heard about a few of them. You got your Polywog and I won't name more specifics than that, but
Yeah.
there was games that just didn't do right by their community.
Hmm.
They're cash grabs, if you will, some
Yeah,
call
I've heard
them,
about a
and
few
I
of
think
those.
some of it really was just mismanagement, possibly of funds.
Yeah, probably well
They
intentioned in a few cases, but just yeah, mismanaged and flamed out. Yep.
Mhm. So I want to kind of reassure our community. So I was making the game. So I actually 100% developed, shard bugs. I have paid all the artwork, play tested the game, and up to the point where we actually pre-printed all of our product before we launched. We launched in March, and we only had a 2-week campaign. That's kind of how I wanted it, short, sweet, to the point. We raised about $107,000, and we sold about half of our print run that we had done, which was fantastic. Since then,
Wow.
we've gone to 3 conventions. We've toured Florida, LGSs, onboarded several game stores that hold our product on consignment. We've hosted many learn to play events and just doing the grassroots movement. And we've sold through most of our remaining 50% allocation. We're probably just down to about less than 400 boxes at this point. So
Okay. Wow. So you sold about half of the so you bought it first. So I remember you
yeah.
had it in stock so you could deliver quickly. It was fully
Mhm.
developed, even printed, packaged, and then you shipped like pretty fast after.
Yeah, like
Which is
we
really
started shipping right after the
unconventional. Yeah,
Kickstarter ended.
typically a Kickstarter is like raise the funds, then we'll finish the
Right.
development, and then we'll get it out there. That's the path most games take. Sometimes they don't even deliver, but yeah, you were kind of on top of it. So you hit the ground running right after Kickstarter. People start
Mhm.
getting it, and you've been to a few. Is it hard to get in a booth at a convention, or are you able to just kind of like
Getting
buy
a
a
booth, it
table and
depends.
sell it?
Like
Yeah.
Collecticon is. crazy to get a booth.
Yeah.
Someone kind of forewarned me. They're like, "Hey, you have to like be there at like 11:59, hitting refresh on your computer,
Oh,
and as soon as it goes live, you need to buy." I said, "Sure."
yep.
So I did that, and I didn't even check pricing. I didn't check any of the fine details. I want a whole section. So as soon as I went live, I bought out, and then literally as soon as I'm done checking out, I hit refresh, and it's just like sold out. Uh,
Wow.
so so luckily I had like trigger fingers, and I was able to get Collecticon for Lauderdale and Collecticon Orlando as soon as they dropped. So I got
Yeah.
that in. But unfortunately, I was a little late to register for Gen Con for an actual booth this year. But I did manage to put a Shard Books event. We have a 2K tournament at Gen Con. So
Oh, Gen Con? You're
yeah,
gonna have a tournament there?
yes sir.
Oh, that's awesome. I guess somehow I missed that. I didn't realize that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Cool.
it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, that's great. Congrats. So the Kickstarter, what was like your target? Did you like you have
Yeah,
to
our
set a
target was
target?
25,000,
Okay.
and so we 4x'd it.
Yeah,
Um,
you hit 100K.
yeah,
That's sick.
I'm happy. Like I mean, like
Yeah.
in this kind of not necessarily economy, but in this kind of 2025, I knew was going to be a hard year for indies.
Yep.
Only because of some of the nonsense that we've kind of gone through the last couple of years. But
Yeah.
uh, we put out our
Yeah.
product, and we got
Yeah.
6 figures. I'm happy for that. It's a good head
Yeah.
start. All that goes right back into shard bugs. We have our set 2 sent to the printers already. We have an ETA of September when we can get that out to our community. So
Okay. Yeah, and I remember it's like I see your community, your Discord's got a lot of the same names, a lot of carryover from sorcery people. So you're kind of like embedded in sorcery. We've like made all these connections and friendships. So,
mhm.
and it's not like people like ditch sorcery and switch to shard bugs. They're playing both. It's like
Oh
very
sure,
like well integrated. So that's kind of cool. Like it's all
yeah.
we know the same people. And now when you go to Gen Con, there might be people playing in both tournaments or
And they may be
there for
registering
both
for both.
games.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty sweet. Maybe yeah, I'll have to think about like how to do some collabs in the future. It could work.
Yeah.
But so the Kickstarter, like 25K was your goal. Did you like I remember when Sorcery went to market, right? They hit their goal like very fast and then they
Mhm.
wildly exceeded it. You did too, like 4X is like very good.
Yeah.
So I think they had like a few like stretch goals, like kind of
Mhm.
pre-planned. So did you like have stretch goals as well as
Yeah,
part of your
we had
campaign?
stretch goals.
Yeah.
I believe we funded in, I want to say like 60 to 90 seconds. Like I know
Really?
we
That's
went
fast.
live. I hit refresh like once or twice in a minute, and it's just like it got there to
Yeah, that's
25K like
exciting.
pretty instantly. So we were pretty
Nice.
happy about that. Um,
Yeah.
and I think we 2x'd within the same day, and then the rest of the campaign usually kind of stalls out. But we had actually, interesting enough, even though our campaign was only 2 weeks, we had a really good consistent growth. And I think if we would have stayed there for a full 30 days, we would have been a little bit surprised with the a bigger outcome. But
Yeah.
that's fine. I had a product. It was like right here. I'm looking at it, and I'm like itching to open it. I'm itching it to share it with people. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't look at this for 30 days. Like I just need to get
Yeah,
it
it's
out
long,
there.
man.
So yeah.
So yeah, I didn't realize that like 30 was the max and you kind of shortened it. I guess I wasn't following that close, but yeah, that's awesome. So you hit it like instantly. So you hit you had some stretch goals. I remember like a few of
Yeah.
them, certain things, but then you got to like a tier that involved bearish, right?
Yeah.
So I know
Okay. Let's
those
talk about stretch
guys.
goals.
You know
Yeah.
those
Okay.
guys.
I see where we're segueing into.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, we had a few stretch goals. Some of them are really killer alt arts for some cards that were popular.
yep,
I'm glad we hit that. Community loves those cards. And then we had this for us a big milestone was to get to the 100K mark.
yeah,
And talking to the Bearish brothers.
mhm,
So we had a stretch goal if we hit 100K that we would get involved with Bearish and work with their team to have acrylic cases for our set. Lo and behold, we hit it, so it's
yeah, man,
fantastic.
awesome.
Super excited to work with those guys. They are top tier professionals in what they're doing. And I would say that the behind the scenes progress has been coming along pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect segue. So you guys hit the 100K goal, I remember, and then that was like a surprise announcement because I don't think that was like announced up front at the start of the campaign, right? It's like when you hit 100, you're like, hey, I think we could fit this, and wasn't that an ad?
Well, we actually had it in our stretch goal kind of all along.
Oh, I see.
It's just not
But
a
it,
lot of people knew about it.
right, yeah.
Also, like I think we released that information about a week before going live.
Oh, okay. It was kind of, yeah, I remember it being pretty late breaking because like at first I was unaware. Like I work with those guys on Sorcery and help them promote their product for mostly for Sorcery specifically because that's the game I'm most into. But they carry
Right.
all kinds of different games. So then when I, was and talking with them and you, I heard they were getting involved. And
Mhm.
then what they did with Sorcery, which was super cool, was commission Severin Pinot, which is like
Mm.
one of the most iconic artists in Sorcery. Did the elemental avatars, did the Keythera
Yeah.
mechanism, the ring, which I have in a corner over there, and like so many amazing like big time iconic works in Sorcery. So it's kind of cool. Like again, a homage. You got a lot of like similar communities, similar people into similar things. So she's a big name to these people, right?
Mhm.
So the fact that you got Barish, who's a big name in Sorcery, is kind of like the go-to premier casing for all the different SKUs in Sorcery, and expected in the future as well for future rollouts. Now, similar path on Shard Bugs where you could case up your alpha Shard Bugs. So Sorcery, well, the Barish brothers commissioned Severin,
Mhm.
and Sorcery officially partnered with Barish, and then you officially partnered with Barish, and
Mhm.
now there's something going on with Severin. But there's only one way we could tell this, Lewis.
No,
We
there's
need a
only
little
one way.
help on
Yeah,
this
I
one.
mean, it's yeah. So like, I actually have, as you know, I have history with Severin because
Yeah.
very early on, uh, as soon as I got involved with sorcery in the community, I bought some paintings from Severin, and got to message her. She got
Hmm.
to know me and my wife. She writes
Yeah.
us Christmas letters and everything. She's a fantastic lady.
Yeah. Super nice.
So when the Barish brothers were talking to us, they're like, "Hey, we got to get with Severin to work on a piece for the Shard Bugs Barish team up." I was like, "I'm all for that."
Oh,
Uh,
that's sick.
so
Yeah.
I think Mike, I think we should give the people what they want, though.
All right. Well, let me pull in a little reinforcements to help us with this, Lewis. There we go. Bearish Chris. There he is.
Ah,
Hey,
how we doing, homie?
surprise!
That's a surprise.
One of the partners here. So we were scheming this up to surprise Lewis to help us with this
Cool,
reveal. And I
cool.
was like, hey, Chris, did you talk to him about, does he already have plans to do some kind of special reveal? Let me hit him up here and kind of like low key
Yeah, there's
feel
only
him out
one
on
way
this.
to do this. There's only one way to release a Severin painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
No, from
going
a
to,
very early stage, it was actually pretty cool because we were working closely with Tuflon here and just getting the flavor about what Shard Bugs was. With any TCG starting off, it's one of those things that it's a committal for any kind of business to jump into it. And I got to say one thing for sure: the committal behind the team at Shard Bugs has been unmatched, and we're just really excited to be able to support it. Give that protection right up front for people who want to collect the game and things. So I actually have a position in it myself now. I was
yeah.
pulled in. I love the art. I love the concept. I love the comic books. Just how it ties in from set to set. I think I was hitting up Lewis about getting some of the sample cards as well.
Oh,
It's
nice.
such a fun game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a really great vision, and we're just happy to be a part of it. And even better, I mean, cases are one thing, but whenever Severin comes to the table, man, she delivers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so just so for people that don't know, you and your brother are the owners of Bearish,
Yep.
and you guys play a lot of games too. I remember like when you came to at Courtesan last year, you were doing like the learn to play and
Yep.
figuring out how to play sorcery. So now you say you're playing Shard Bugs. It's good. You play your product, So like you guys are good salesmen too, and you go to a lot
Oh,
of these
love
shows
it.
and events and like be like, dude, I play this game. Like I'm gonna protect my stuff with the best, right?
Yep, absolutely. I mean, we've
But
been protecting, actually playing card games ever since we were like 9, 10 years old, playing Pokemon when it first came out.
yeah,
Even today, I took up a few cards for Pokemon up to our local LGS that does PSA submissions. So it's really cool, to see how the games evolve and all that stuff, and seeing the secondary market, seeing people getting excited about it. Even with Shard Bugs, there's a nice, healthy secondary market going on there too. It's just
yeah.
cool to be a part of it at a ground level.
Yeah, so like, how did it come to be that? So we're gonna show like the collaboration that the two of you guys did with Severin. Ultimately, it's gonna kind of co-benefit both of you guys. You'll see in a minute like why that is. So how did this idea first come into play? That you had this idea to kind of expand the logo line with Severin again for something unique for Shardbugs,
Like, just what was the concept behind the art itself?
or just the idea to like involve her. Or is this like a standard thing that Bearish is going to do? Or I mean, I don't know if you guys have like a roadmap to
Going
definitively
forward,
commit to
yes.
this.
Yeah, going
Like, but
forward,
you're gonna have you kind of started this with last year with Sorcery and all your products, where you went from you had like the beer right on your packaging, but
yes.
then you decided to have a like unique logo for each individual game,
Yeah.
Series of products, right?
Yeah, the way it started was my brother and I, we were looking for a licensed image or an unlicensed image that we could use on our packaging. And it just never got the actual flavor that we wanted. And
Okay.
When Sorcery came onto the scene, you were such a champion with that and for the artists and all that stuff. And you're like, we can make something happen here with one of these artists. Why not go with the best? So, and at that point, you made the suggestion, of course, for Severin to possibly look at our project, what we were trying to do. We wanted to have a different bear that represents each of the IPs, and I think it makes it that much sweeter when you could actually work with the creator of the game to come up with ideas of what that final vision looks like. So it's a little bit of Shardbugs' soul in our product with this new bear. So Severin, it's kind of funny behind the scenes because she's kind of well known for doing cats. And she is starting to really get excited every time we say, "Hey, we need a new bear family member." And she gets excited. She just
The bears are fun. Yeah, she's doing a cat series of artist proofs now, but she's really into these beers as well. Maybe we'll do some beer artist proofs.
that would be
that's a good call. I like that idea. So you're saying, so Lewis, you had input into the logo design at the Bears
Yeah.
Pro?
Well, I know early on, Chris was showing me some of the bear logos for the other products, and I remember we actually had a short conversation, because Chris was, if he wasn't a Severin friend, he was becoming definitely a Severin friend, and I was like, hey, I like Severin too. Like, by the way, I have like Mother Nature, and I've had this painting, that painting. And so we actually had a small chat on Messenger, just going back and forth, discussing how cool Severin was. And then Chris was like, yeah, she's gonna do like the Shardbugs Bearish combo, team up logo. And I was just like, man, this is like a dream come true. So, and they asked me questions, and I think I sent product over to Chris, so I think just probably about him just looking at the cards and probably looking at the comic, probably got a sense of the flavor, if you will, of where we're trying to go for. So,
gotcha. All right, so let's stop beating around the bush and pull it up here on the screen. So I'm going to go with the sketch concept first. You guys can talk about the concept, and then we'll show the full real deal here. All right, so there she is.
Yes.
What does it have a name like the Sorcery ones did? I don't know if you named them, but you had kind of like a thematic description of how it fits the flavor for that particular game, right? I don't know who would be better to tell this, if it's Chris or Lewis.
There's a funny story behind it. She has an inside joke, I guess, with her husband, was talking about the bee. It was actually a kind of a conversation between the bee and the bear, and she said that the bee is kind of like or the bear's like, the bee's like, you bastard bear, get away from my honey. And the bear's like, no, but I'm one of you. And we loved it. So
Nice.
right now we're kind of calling it the bee bear, but that's just like a little inside thing that we have. We really didn't talk about a name quite for it yet, but I think it'd be fun to have a name for all of them. I just hate to be on the nose too much with it, because like with our last bear that we did it for One Piece, and we called it the Luffy bear because Luffy's the main character of that and everything. But I'm sure we can think of a better name for it. But
yeah. So Sorcery had the Philosopher's Stone embedded in the belly of the bear. It's kind of like the heart and soul of the bear. Now you got the bug. You guys obviously got to incorporate a bug in the concept. So it's kind of like a honey bear, honeybee situation. That's awesome. I love that. All right. So you want to see the real deal? This is a original painted commission for the Bearish product logo. So this will be on the box when you buy a acrylic case for the booster box of shard bugs, correct? Is that how it works? I think we lost Chris. He's frozen.
Oh boy.
At least he's got a charming smile going. Is that your understanding, Lewis? So is this like going to be just for the booster box, or is it going to be like for, because do you have like a standard booster box product, but also other
We have
factors?
We have a standard booster box, 24 packs, but we also have something we call a splat box, which is kind of like a beginner's toolkit. Some have called, in other games. It comes with precons, a paper play mat, rule book, a dice,
Sorry
and
about
some
that.
loot packs. It's like a
losing the
starter
guys.
kit, if you will. And yes, it's going to have an acrylic case for that as well.
Okay, sick. You're back, Chris. I think you're all right. We got you. So we're gonna have like some different cases, but this goes. Are you live right now, Chris? You hearing us?
Yeah, now I'm kind of coming back.
Oh,
in.
okay.
You got me at the store here and stuff.
So this is going to be just like on the sorcery boxes. I don't know if I probably have one up on the shelf over there, but this comes on the packaging that the acrylic case is within, right?
Yes. Yep.
Encompasses
So
the case.
that will represent shard bugs. Every product that shard bugs releases that we make a case for, that will be the identifier bear. So if you were to see this on a shelf, you would see this bear incorporated somehow into the actual packaging for the case.
Okay. Yeah, super cool. So it's going to be ready to go. So you
go ahead.
I was going to say it's not out just yet, right? You're working through production and getting this ready to go to market.
Yeah. Yep. We're currently in production with them and a whole bunch of other cases. So it'll be exciting. And the other thing too that we talked with Lewis about was making sure that the sizes don't change. We are open that if it ever has to change the size, we respect that. But hopefully these cases can stick around for quite a few sets so people can stock up on them and have something that's going to protect everything that's coming up for what they have in store at Shard Bugs.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, and we also, like I said, we actually sent our print files to our print partners already for set 2. And one of the things we told our rep, who's a really good rep, we're like, the box can never change. Like, please keep the box sizes.
Yeah, perfect dimensions.
And if you do, like, you're gonna make some friends of mine really happy. So they got it. We'll be sure to be the same size. So at least for set 1, set 2, I don't really foresee, let's say, a change unless it's really warranted. But first couple sets definitely could use the same size.
Yes,
we're going to be doing more with the pre-con decks as well. I know that you did it for the first set.
Are you asking if we're going to do more pre-cons? Yeah. So set 2 will also we're going to come back with the same splat box concept. A lot of people liked it, like especially when we've gone to conventions and people sit down. I'm actually pretty proud of, let's say, the team and myself. When we've gone to these cons and we sit down, we're probably converting seven or 8 out of 10 people to sit down and play the game actually buy a product. They just like instantly fall in love with the art and the concept and the theme and the gameplay. We sold a bunch of splat boxes at cons. It's a fantastic starter kit to like just get enough product to play around with it, bring it home, share it with the wife, the kids, and if they like it, they end up coming back and buying boosters or packs or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, I got another question for you. You think we can ever work that bear into a card?
Say that again? Sorry, my volume was a little low.
I said, do you think we could ever work that bear into one of the cards for Shard Bugs?
Bear's a little off brand. You got to get creative there.
I mean, I love this photo, this illustration she did. Like the bee has the bee is like strapped. Like it didn't come say, waving his fist like come give him a honey bag. No, I said, yo, I want my honey
the
bag.
gun is funny.
So it's serious. No, it's hilarious. Maybe I'll talk to her. I will say I'm gonna drop one little bean, and I won't be too specific about it, but Severin will be. Severin's working with a Shardbucks team. You will see Severin piece in an upcoming set. So we're really excited about that.
Sick. Yeah. So Severin art coming to Shardbugs.
Severin art
As
officially
card.
coming to the Shardbugs.
Nice, man. Big announcement. Big news. Yeah, maybe we'll find a way to get a
internet
promo
is
out of this
totally
card though.
failing
That'd be
over here. It's booming and raining over here.
yeah. We'll let you run in a minute. But I like this idea, Chris. We got to work in like getting these creators to create like a promo card with your logo embedded to really help Bearish like get to the next level. It's a partnership, right? It's a collaboration. So we'll figure it out. And I like this idea, Lewis, of like other animals interacting with the bugs. Like one thing I was going to ask you is like, are you going to run out of species of bugs or have to like go into like get into taxonomy or something?
Oh my gosh! Like, listen, I have encyclopedias and bug books. Like, there's millions of species of bugs. There actually is one thing so interesting about this. There was a couple of folks early on were saying, if you do a game about just bugs, like you're gonna run out of material. And I said, we'll see. And I started looking into like all the different species of bugs and just like the coolness factor that some of these bugs are, you know, the colors and the patterns and how they hunt and just the different species of ants. Man, we're gonna have content here forever. So there's lots of really interesting bugs in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, but one thing, as you were saying that, I was
to things beyond bugs. So
okay. I was thinking about like MetaZoo as you were saying that because like even though that game, you know, had mixed reviews, some people loved it or hated, very polarizing. But people that are into it, or people even like myself, I was never like really into it, but I always thought it was like a brilliant concept to do these cryptids, right? Because cryptids are very interesting and they all have a story, and like bugs are kind of similar. Like in regard to you were just talking about bugs, like we know the core bugs, what they are, right? But all these other species, you have like a storytelling opportunity there, and you have like the comic book series partnered with this game to really bring those stories to life and enhance the game in that way and educate people, which is enjoyable. You know, pretty cool.
Yeah, and then that's going to be another factor too. Like yes, there's a bunch of different bugs, but we're not just a game about bugs. We're actually going to have storytelling. You know, we have a lore, we have a comic series. We're building actual characters that people are going to want to see and follow, and they're going to love this guy, they're going to hate that dude, and so we're going to have a whole narrative. I think that it's going to help build a whole IP.
Yeah, I think the thing too that's to your benefit, like when you talk about MetaZoo and things like that, to make a comparison. One of the biggest things that was a big downfall for that game was the creators were completely unapproachable. And I think that for your sake and what you're doing, you are very welcoming on both fronts, just the praise and the criticism. And you're always looking to improve the product, which is something that I think speaks to the longevity of the product. So I'm excited to see what the next couple of years have in store for Shardbugs. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. Us too. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah. Thanks, Chris, for popping in. It was a fun surprise. We worked out how to get it done without blowing up Lewis's spot with this reveal.
Hey,
I had no idea, man. So I'm so happy you came along, Chris. Thanks.
Absolutely. Hey, I always appreciate the opportunity to jump in and support, guys. So looking forward to hearing the rest of you guys' conversation. Have a good one.
Yeah. Cool, man. Take care. All right, man. Yeah, fun little wrinkle there.
That's a nice treat, man. I appreciate that, Mike.
But not the Chris reveal.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, so all right, getting back to the the timeline here. So you had Kickstarter, and now you're trying to grow this game, and like Sorcery's at this similar junction. Like they've been out 3 years now, but they had like great success with Kickstarter, very similar that you did. And then they kind of like the community's perspective, at least, is that they heavily relied on word of mouth, grassroots. There's grassroots in the sense of like the company and their representatives going to events and showcasing the game, like many events, like you're doing. You're taking that approach. Sorcery didn't do that as much. They went to Gen Con each year. They went to Spiel Essen last year, so at least a couple events. Now they're doing some things in Australia, and they're going to have their own tournament next year. So it's kind of scaling slowly, a little more presence. But it was like really, I would say, dependent on word of mouth and maybe LGSs, like getting the word out, giving them store kits early on and stuff like that. They weren't going to events. You're taking a bit of a different approach And I'm kind of like I'm thinking like if they want to scale it, I think they're doing well and they're pretty content with where they're at in the passionate community. But if they were to scale it, I like this approach of going to major conventions. Like certainly Gen Con's a massive opportunity, but you mentioned Collecticon, was it?
Yeah,
Those are harder to get
Collecticon.
into, right? But
Yeah, Collecticon has a whole circuit. They're all throughout the U.S. They just happen to have two here in Florida. You know, Florida is kind of a big TCG mecca. It's probably one of the biggest states, if not the biggest state. Has probably one of the most amount of stores LGS is and the player base. You know, it's probably up there with California, Texas, and New York on that. Yeah, Collecticon, I vouch for them. They throw a heck of an event. They have music, very well organized venues, very large venues as well. We're talking multiple thousands, 10, maybe 15,000, 20,000 people walk through that convention in those couple of days. And our booth nonstop since like day one. It's a 2-day event. And between day one and day two, when doors open until doors close, there's people always at our booth. And you know, engaging with the game, looking at the cards, playing the game. So it's a convention definitely that puts a lot of eyes on you know, our game, and you know, let's say if Sorcerer were to do it, would definitely put a bunch of eyes on their game. Yeah, I mean, you kind of know that early on, worked pretty hard to try to steward Sorcery. I hosted an event in Florida, one of the qualifiers for the Coursing Cup.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I've given a bunch of prize support, you know, over to Iron, helping with the online TTS leagues. You know, I also commissioned Truett for one of the winning paintings there for the Coursing Cup, and you know, I love Sorcery as a game and as a community. I've tons of Sorcery, you know, playing friends, and I've met them all through the game. So, you know, definitely love that. But you know, it's just from, I suppose it's a little bit of a learning experience when I did host that qualifier and thought about hosting other events. It just felt difficult to do it without some kind of official, not necessarily official like help, more like a bit of recognition and a little bit of I would say like authority, right? So and hear me out. Like, for example, the Coursing Cup was a big event, and so was Sorcery Con.
Yeah.
But you can't really call those truly sanctioned sorcery events because they're not really hosted or thrown, if you will, by the official EC team. Where you know, when obviously now that I started Shard Bugs and we want, you know, some healthy events out there, so we're going to quote unquote sanction them, and we're going to team up with our LGS partners. So yeah, we had our Kickstarter in March. We started delivering in April, and by like the first couple of days of May, all the product was, you know, mostly to our everyone who pledged, and we went straight into work. We actually launched the game at a convention. Then we went to SiestaCon, we went to Collecticon Orlando. Every time we go to a convention, it adds, you know, obviously new eyes, new players to the you know, community, which is fantastic. And we also do events. What's been fantastic is folks who've seen us at Collecticon for Lauda when we launched the Kickstarter, followed us on our social, ended up going to SiestaCon. We've had folks traveling all throughout the state of Florida to come see us at our second con. And then when we hosted our third convention, or when we were at the third convention, we hosted a small tournament. And again, we had people traveling hours throughout the state, you know, just to come play Shard Bugs, which
awesome,
is real humbling, and it's fantastic to see. And so it's good. Conventions are good for that, to get eyes on the game, but especially if you host some events, it's a good way to get players together. And that's all, you know, players, that's what we want. We just want an excuse, right, to get out the house and meet friends, trade a little bit, and just play the game. And
Yeah, so the essence of like my question was like, what would you consider like your primary growth strategy? Is it going to conventions and creating awareness, and or partnering with stores to get them to host events and spread the
yeah,
word, or like
both.
motivate them to do so?
Yeah, I mean, it's all the above. We're going to take an all above approach. So,
Mhm.
yes, we're going to conventions. Myself and my dev team have been traveling to different LGSs, showing the owners the game.
Mhm.
Um, and then, with Greenlight, we host a learn to play event at that game. Then we onboard them with product. And then we follow that up with organized play kits. So we have monthly leagues. They're actually starting next week, our first monthly league. We have promotional foils that you can't find in ordinary booster packs. They're going to be given out just to show up. You don't even have to win anything. Just you show up, you get a prize card.
Mhm.
And then whoever wins gets pins. For bragging rights, right? Who doesn't want to
Yeah.
brag that they won the league?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so we're supporting
Providing
LGSs with
prize
organized
support.
play
Yeah, that's cool.
and prize support.
Mhm.
And then not just that, we're gonna actually have 10 1K tournaments. So when we're all onboarding, we got a last few stores we want to onboard here in Florida, and we're actually also going to Pennsylvania next month to onboard a store over there.
Sweet.
But we are actually giving them a 1K prize support. Just
Mm.
we're gonna line them up so they're all staggered. So you might have a 1K in Miami this week. They'll draw other players from around the area. Next week will probably be West Palm. From there it'll be Port Charlotte, Fort Myers, all the way up to state. And then it's all gonna come to our big 10K tournament November 8th, Charlotte County Fairgrounds, and anyone who wants to come can play, and there'll be some pretty cool prizes, not just 10K in prizes, but it'll be, I can't spill too many beans, but there'll be some really cool prizes, and there'll be
Okay.
cool prizes just to show up and play the game. So
Cool.
yeah, I'm all in favor of hosting events, of actually going out, knocking on stores doors, introducing ourselves. We actually
Yeah.
onboarded 2 new stores just this week. And we're waiting to hear back to organize a couple more play events on some other stores.
Mhm.
So just, yeah, knocking on doors, calling people up. Hey, this is who I am. This is a
Yeah.
game I made. Send them an email, send them some links and some photos, and
Mhm.
getting great responses. People are actually excited to kind of like, introduce the game to their community. So
Yeah. Cool, man. So like how big is your team at this point? How many people you got helping out?
let's see here. I had to do some math here.
Well, yeah, like a few developers, a few
Yeah, I
like,
got
oh, do you have
so
people whose job it is to be like the ambassadors, evangelists to go to
yeah,
these
so
stores?
okay, I'll name them off. So obviously myself.
Yeah.
We have Greg, aka Jeeps. He's my production manager. I have Nate. He works with me on game design. Scarlett, she's our technical editor. We have Kevmo, that guy.
Yep.
He's
Community
our community
manager.
manager. Yeah, you're
Yep.
punching bag, but he's my boy.
Yep. We
He's
like
a
to
good
bust each
kid.
other's chops. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see. My wife actually handles our social media, and then I
Okay.
got Jose who does my web shipping logistics, and he's also working on some R&D on some secret applications for your phones that can integrate with the
Yeah.
game. So
Oh,
this is
sweet.
kind of like IT and tech support. So
Mhm.
that's 8 of us, and then. We actually increased our artists. I think, man, last I counted, because we added a couple just recently. I think we're up to about 16 artists.
Wow. How big was like the first set? How many cards?
110 cards in the first set, 110 unique cards, and then there were some alters and
Mhm.
all that. They bumped it up to 117.
Okay.
So
And do you have like a release cadence that you're targeting?
yes,
How often are
so
sets coming?
we were shooting for a set every 5th month,
Oh
which
wow.
our
Okay.
next set comes in September, so it's right at that 5th month mark. Um, but then kind of talking to the team, I think we're actually going to make it a nice even 3 sets a year every 4th month. So
Okay. That's a
so
lot. There's a lot of development work, right? Like,
Mhm.
do you have play testers that help with this, or
Yeah.
I always like a marvel like by how people can possibly do quarterly, but even like 4 or 5 months in your first couple years sounds pretty daunting. As like when you're building a business, as you well know, there's so many
Mhm.
facets to it. It's like really overwhelming, just dealing with the social media, product
Mhm.
design, and then like all the logistics of like all this stuff. Like you're making playmats, cards,
Mhm.
comic book, right? Pins you
Yeah.
mentioned,
Pins, deck
promo
boxes,
cards. I mean, there's a
binders,
lot of like business
sleeves.
logistics. I'm
Yeah.
getting jerked around just trying to get playmats made. It's a pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why, like, having a dev team helps because, like, I don't have to like, I'm involved in like all the aspects, but, um, I have Jeeps. So Jeeps is my guy. He's out there hounding all of our producers and actively looking for alternatives and getting quotes and checking out different types of product design. So like we have deck boxes now and binders and sleeves. You can find that on our online shop. But now we're experimenting with maybe different types of deck boxes and binders. But I have somebody just dedicated to that, right?
Okay.
I have somebody just dedicated to updating our rule book and double checking the wording on our cards to make sure that they're worded correctly and there's no gray area or misinterpretations there. Shout out to Scarlett, she's doing that. Kundu is just overseeing all of the art direction. So I have a person for that. So when you really break it down and everyone has their roles, that's how we can work it efficiently. And we also have our systems like, we start out. So we start out with, how we want a card to play, the concept of a card and a name, and then we have a prompt that goes to our art director, and he brings it to an artist he feels will provide the best outcome with that prompt. Um,
Okay.
they give us a sketch. I check it. Nate checks it. Make sure that visually it looks like what we want that card to look like to kind of match the mechanic as well.
Yep.
Because we want to do a little more than say draw me a red ant, right?
Yeah.
If we had a card in mind and maybe he's a marksman that's out there in the tall grass and we want him to be like scoping out a target. When the illustration comes back, we want it to really look like that, right?
Sure.
To really interpret the mechanic as well of how that card's going to play.
Yep.
Some bugs have a really high defense and they're real bulky. Maybe they have a low attack. So, when we get the art back, we want to make sure does it have like armor and does it have the visuals that translate with what the card is trying to do. So all that has this process back and forth. All of our masking for foils, like everything that we need to do. Obviously, we already proven because we have product out there that we need to do. We just have a flow and a system to it. So it's
Nice.
kind of rinse and repeat, so to speak.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Somehow we went almost an hour. Like we figured we'd talk for an hour. We could probably talk for several hours.
Oh yeah.
If this is the only thing we're doing, because there's a lot to get into. I'm like fascinated by like how you just launch a TCG business and like all the things that go into it, how challenging that is. So maybe we'll have to have you on again to get into like other topical areas. But was there anything else like you wanted to cover or like mention to the audience here that maybe we didn't get to?
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't given Shard Bugs a look or a try, I'd say, just from all the feedback that we have gotten from folks at conventions, folks at LGSs, LGS store owners who've played the game for hours straight and just give it high praises. The game's actually really fun to play, right? Yes, it's a TCG, and we all also want to collect it as well and protect it with barrications and all that. But just don't underestimate like the enjoyment you can get from giving Shard Books a try. It's a real fun game. We have a free TTS mod for it.
Oh, you do? Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the best way to get started? Maybe you jump on TTS and try a
Yeah, you
game,
can jump on
or
TTS. Join a Discord, which is a easy way to find people to play with on TTS. Give it a try on TTS. We'll be posting out more conventions as we're planning them that we're going to, and if you're local to that, swing by, give it a try. We're going to continue to go to more and more stores, especially as we get closer to set 2. We'll be starting to expand out of Florida, going to Texas, California, Northeast.
Awesome.
And we'll be setting up more learner plays. You know, if you're near enough to one of those locations, swing by, learn the game. And there's starting to be a bunch of online content as well. We have you know, how to play Shardbugs on our official YouTube channel. Other folks have made, you know, how to play tutorials, and there's a bunch of folks starting to show, you know, themselves playing with other folks out there. So
Awesome.
yeah, there's plenty of content to take a look. And we are kind of dwindling down on our supply, but we do actually have some the last of our booster boxes and splat boxes that are not allocated for stores or on our website right now, so you can go take a look at that as well.
Okay, so that's like the place to buy right now is predominantly you have a website and you're selling direct.
Yeah, we have a on shardbugstcg.com. We do have an online store. We have some booster boxes, splat boxes, binders, deck boxes, sleeves, comic books, t-shirts, and hats coming soon.
Oh, sweet!
You can check all that out.
Nice, man. Yeah, I like the hat you're rocking. Is that the one that's going to be for sale?
Yes.
I like the color choices.
Yeah, I mean, everything about Shardbugs is like bright and loud, so we love it. It's cool.
Have you tested it on extremely pale, pasty skin, though? I don't know. You're a little more tan than me. I don't know if I can pull it off.
It's so cool. Like when we've been going to these cons and folks have been kind of traveling and participating in the events, and we just have this really bright, loud booth, if you will. And we got a whole section of tables of people wearing like bright neon yellow shirts that says Shardbugs on it. They're all playing. Like, those we cool. Like definitely stand out from the crowd. So
man. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's smart. Nice, man. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on. It was cool to kind of talking through your story a little bit. And it seems like you got some great early success and momentum going. I hope it continues.
I appreciate the platform. Appreciate getting to talk to you. And, you know, I'll be on anytime you want me to. So,
all right, man. And thanks for the reveal, too. That was fun.
Yeah, great.
Thank you so much. Work. All right. Take care, brother. Have a good night.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, guys. That was phase 1. We're only an hour and 2 minutes in. I'm getting Discord messages here. Oh, we got some bids going on the Modesty. Oh, you know what? All right, it's show and tell time. Show and tell time, baby. Look at these paintings. Look at it. Look at that. Dragon Lord's coming next. Dragon Lord, baby. God tier. Bug Lord. That's a good one. All right, so it looks like Lewis is sticking around. I'm going to have to get the overhead cam set up. I'm going to have to get the wheel of names configured. I'm going to have to get out of Facebook. So nothing leaks. Nothing sensitive leaks. We can't have that. So we're going to need 2 wheels of names. I actually have the Patreon wheels of names going on. So now, all right, here we go. We're going to do the, let's try this, guys. Boom. Wait, watch this. Is it coming up yet? I got some lag. Someone type something, because I think you see this box that popped up? We're going to have a streaming live chat for the solo segment here. Oh, there we go. Nice, Kyle. All good. We only trolled you. All right. So we got a couple wheels going. So on most of these lives, maybe all of the lives, I don't know. Maybe all of the lives, we're going to do a giveaway for Collector Art House Patreon supporters. So I need to pop the wheel of names. All right, so all right, we're going to show some stuff. But what I need to do is go to the alpha break and get the wheel going. So when we do these giveaways, we go to the Collector Art House Patreon. We grab all the names for current active paid tier Patreon members. So it's not the free tier. Like Patreon did this goofy thing where there's this free tier now, which is like of no benefit to creators really, except it does help you with a mailing list. You know, so if you do sign up at the free tier and you just want to know what's going on, I do put out public Patreon posts to announce, like, maybe, hey, like this awesome painting's coming to auction, or I don't know, just like random news and stories and events going on and things like that. Maybe stuff about Sorcery Con. It's got a nice mailing list. I got like over 400 people in there, but it doesn't have the paid tier benefits. The paid tiers have other perks and benefits. like discounts on playmats, discounts on breaks, first access to very rare stuff. Like I got a full set of artist proofs from Sorcery, complete sets by artist that I offered first access to Patreon supporters. So they scooped up a bunch of those. So I think we had 7 people on the wheel, and then like we're doing giveaways too. So you got to be in the paid tier to be eligible for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, 7 people on the wheel. We got to get the overhead cam rocking. What are we giving away and how long until I win it? I have another set of the, I think we're going to do another set of the Ed Bear Jr. Dragon Lord coins because I have another set or 2. I might have 2 sets. I think I got 2 more sets to give away. I bought like a handful of those to support Ed and then also give back to the Patreon supporters. So let me get the overhead cam going. All right. So we're going to rock this bad boy. Get a nice little bar in view. Always got to have a bar in view. It's not an official live stream until you got some bar blockage. So we got this. All right. So we're going to do one of these. USB streaming. All right. So we're going to stream some USB. I'm going to get my phone out of view. All right, guys. Hopefully, this is going to be a disaster here because we got a live auction going on and we got a lot of bids coming through. All right. Let me just talk to some people. You give me I'm already giving Mike money every month, says Tim. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate the support. All right, so let me see. Oh, all right. All right. No, 1 second. Awesome. All right. All right. All right, guys. I'm catching up on chat. All right, we got a live stream going on here. You gotta keep it respectable and professional. All right, add to page. There's the wheel. See that wheel? We got one of those. And got to get that out of the way. Let's see if the overhead cam's working. Extra camera. ZV1. Boom. Oh, wait. There we go. Look at this. I like being on the right side, though. I don't really like being on the left side. It's a bit of, I have some, Look at that. Well, I'm going to fix this. Watch me work. Look at that, baby. I'm right over to chat now. All right, so we got one of those. It's nothing I can't do. Except, I'm on the left side. All right. So we got one of those. Then we got the wheel. All right, we can work with this. So on this wheel, we have 138 people. Is that correct? 138 people in the paid tier of Patreon. So those are the people that are going to be eligible for this giveaway. And I should show what the item is. So let me do this and get the coins. All right, so we got a good book. I see I got 2 of those. I got the Kairos the Activist. I like doing the full set, you know? What are you going to do with 1 coin? You got to have all 3. All 3. What are you saying here? What are you saying here, Timbo? Except I do, why start now? What are you talking about, Tim? I'm already giving my money. Why start now? What are you even talking about here? Except for the playmat shipped. You're gonna puke, Kyle, because of all the jerking around and screen changes. All right, man. Yeah, so this is one of the playmats I'm having produced. So here's the deal on playmats, guys. I did a pre-order for the playmats. I get the playmats. I had samples for the playmats like this. This is a sample. I think it's a sample. I don't think it's the final version because I do have some of the final versions. So I have the samples. Then I get the full production run. The whole freaking production run, the color values are significantly different than the samples. So I contacted the company. I was like, what is this? Like, what is this? This is not normal, like, variants from the samples. I was like, and they actually look pretty good, right? They look good in a different way. It's just that it's not what I advertised as the samples for the pre-order. So I contacted the company. And I say, like, we got to resolve this. So they agree to do like a full second reprint. And now they finally have shipped new samples for the reprint. So I'm getting the samples on Monday, and then I'll post the samples and pictures and videos of the first print, essentially, and then the new samples. And then people can decide which one they like better. And then we'll do the full production run of the second print, and then people will have a choice. The problem is now that they're saying, so the single playmats, no problem. Those will get made. The 2-player playmats, they had issues sourcing those because of all the tariff drama and, raw materials coming in. They print in the U.S., but a lot of these companies, even companies that print in the U.S., they get the raw materials, the playmat itself, the neoprene, from China, so they get that and then they print it locally. So trying to source 2-player playmats, because these 2 players, like I have underneath here, those are look at this guy right here. The 2-player playmats are not like the standard issue 2-player playmat you'd buy for your average game. It's actually custom fit. So I might have to, we'll see about sources. We'll see if these guys come through, Lewis, but I don't know. Right now, it's a pain in the ass. I feel real bad because there's been these extensive delays. I mean, I did say for the pre-order, I have no timeline on this. It could take, I assume, months, right? I said, hopefully I'll have them out in June, I think. And here we are now. June is starting. So hopefully that will still happen, but the second print has to happen. They need to source the 2-player mats because I'd like to give people that option. Like I say, the first print run, since the color value variance was different, I talked to Severn about it, and we're like, maybe we should just throw these out, just have them remade and then give people like things that look like the samples, or most closely matches the colors, right? So you don't have like darker or lighter tones relative. It's still the same great Severn art, right? But then I mailed her a copy of each of them, and she was like, actually, Mike, they look pretty good. My family really liked them. They actually liked the first print, the full production print, better than the samples. So we're like, all right, well, we'll get it resolved, and then we'll let people choose. But here we are still trying to get that second production run done. So anyway, there's the long-winded story of what this playmat is and where we are with playmats. I'll get the samples on Monday. I'll keep talking with the company, saying, when the hell am I going to get the full production run? Hopefully those new samples will be similar to the first samples. And I'll say, like, yes, that's how it should be. Go print the rest as soon as possible. And then I'll update in Patreon for everybody what the status of that is. All right, so here's a magic card for you guys to take in. So this guy, Andre, he's a sorcery guy, right? He makes these frames. He knows I love Z's. You got to respect the legend from the Deep South. And so he makes this frame with Z's on both sides of the frame. It's actually built into the frame. You see what's going on here? And then on the back, that's where you load the card in. You just slide it in there. And you got back side of Z's there, front side of Z's, and all of a sudden you're showcasing the card the proper way. So it's a smothering tithe, from what I understand. I guess he painted over the set symbol. This is AKA Altered on Instagram. This guy is really good at doing real character art. So there's your smothering tithe. And it's the first Magic card I bought since the 1990s. So as I said in the Discord earlier today, if you're in the Collector Art House Discord, sometimes the art can transcend the game. Doesn't matter what it's painted on per se. I mean, ideally it'd be a sorcery card, but in this case, when you put Leo so gloriously on a card from such an epic movie, you gotta do. You just gotta buy it. So that's what happened there. So we got that one. So we're gonna do this giveaway. Let's just do the giveaway. All right, so here's the 3 coins from Ed Bear Jr. We'll do the giveaway, and then I'll show you some other things, and then we'll finally break some cards. All right, so we got Kairos. This guy is in the Dragon Lord mini set for sure. That was revealed. This guy, the good book, I think he said not. I think he did confirm not. I could be wrong. Maybe it is, but I think it's not. But it's another glorious dragon. And then you got this wizard guy, which I think is also not. He's on the back of all of these, right? These are great. They all have this guy, the wizard, on the back. Maybe, I mean, there's some dragon action going on there, so it could be, but we don't know. I don't think it was confirmed by Sorcery, nor was this. Same with this one. I mean, it could be, but this painting was done by Ed long ago, because I remember I had him on the show like 2 years ago, and he had this painting. Like he gave me, like, you guys got to go see this under the live section look for the first interview I did with Ed Bear Jr. It was like 2 years ago. And we were talking about Dragon Lord because that project, like that mini set project, him painting those started at least 2 years ago, maybe longer at this point. And in that, he gave us a walk around tour of every detail, every inch he painted of his Dragon Lord minivan, which is incredible. Not only on the outside, but on the inside, he has done paintings. He's painted on the inside of the van. It's unbelievable. And on his walls and in his studio, in his room there, where he does his Patreon and he paints live and all this stuff, he had this Moon Song painting, the original painting on the wall. And it really stuck out to me. It stuck out to me. And like I was in his Patreon watching him paint all these Sorcery Dragon Lord mini set cards. And he was telling the story of the Moon Song. It was a very interesting story, like real life lore, I think, as I recall. I forgot the story. You got to go see the video. I think he might have talked about it in that same video. But yeah, this was like super cool, an amazing painting. If you look at the actual painting in full color, obviously it's not like a silver painting. It is a coin, you know, but the painting is awesome looking. He has all types of products with this art. So I don't know if these ones are in Dragon Lord mini set, but this one's definitely confirmed. So anyway, it's too much talking. Too much talking. All right. 138 people in the active paid tier Patreon, and one of them is going to win the set of all three of the coins. So you have the full set of all three. Wizard guy is Ed's logo-ish. The wizard shows up a lot. Nidar. Dude, Nidar. He is I don't know this guy. He talks, he's pretty active in the let's get Shadow Cloud up to date. He's pretty active in the Collector Art House Discord talking, but I don't think he's ever bought anything. I thank you for the Patreon support. I don't think he buys like artist proofs though, or paintings. We got to get more people into artist proofs, altars, and paintings. But so he's probably just like a regular sorcery guy that likes to play the game and just likes to shoot the shit in Discord. A lot of us like to do that, just chat it up. All right, so Nidar. Actually, you know what? I should probably not remove him from the wheel because we might reuse this for a future time. So Nidar, someone remember that. I got to send that to Nidar. Yeah. You did miss a Severin art reveal. That is a fact. All right, so we'll handle that later. All right, what we're going to need to do, guys, is a little bit of show and tell. And then we're going to get into a break. As long as we start the break like 90 minutes in and Kyle doesn't throw up from all the screen maneuvering, we're going to be in good. If he throws up, it'd be okay. He's alone at home. So, he's not hurting anybody. Certainly not hurting any of us. And that's all that matters. So I do have this other magic card. How did I get this magic card? I said I didn't buy a magic card except this one. Only this one. First one since the 1990s. But I do have this toy from Magic the Gathering. It's the Bola de Fogo. And or Foho, mate. It could be Foho, but it might be Fogo. We're gonna go with Fogo. A Bola de Fogo. And I got this from Kyle Calazans. So what he does is he sends me the artist proofs, and Vivian, sends me her altars, and they put some magic card toys for protection. You got to protect the sorcery cards with this cardboard toy buffer. But this one is particularly glorious because it is, I don't know, Spanish or some South American language of some kind. It's hard to say, really. I'm not Why are you guys blowing me up on Discord? It's rude. Watch the show. We got 25 people here. We should be at 50. Go post in the Discords and the Facebook groups that we're live right now because the action's about to pop off here. So we do have a couple alpha boxes. They're over here. There's the axe tool. That's how we get into the boxes. You know what? I might do a sample pack break next week. I don't know if we could sell it out that fast, but we'll either do more alpha. I like to do these weekly lives, Friday night lives. And we like to do alpha most often and also sample packs. And I do have more sample packs that we can get going. So right now, the auction that's live for the weekend feature, first ever from the incredible Andrea Modesti. And, there were a few basic sites that he did, the 3 basic sites, the Simple Village, the Humble Village, and the other village. 3 villages, right? The Simple Village, we auctioned this painting few weeks back, maybe a month or two. It sold for $6,000, as I recall. Great sale. Andre was very flattered that people value his art so much, so I wanted to make sure I let everybody know that. He doesn't do a lot of artist proofs, so a few people have acquired some of the artist proofs, and that's how this one became available, right? This was the first ever Simple Village artist proof that he did. And he told me, he's trying to practice, right? Because he doesn't, these artists like Andrea Modesti, Severin, who else? Brian Smith, Dan Seagrave, really. I mean, he did a few cards for Magic, but he didn't, I don't think he really knew it was for Magic. Like they said the name of the project. He thought it was like just the project name. It was really just like 2 cards he did for a Magic set like ages ago. I was talking to him about it, and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "They just said this name." I was like, "Whatever. All right, fine. You want to commission me? Do what you want with it. Something like that. It's pretty funny. But a lot of these artists, they've never done cards before, so painting on a card is challenging, right? It's like a whole new challenge because it's such fine detail as opposed to painting on a larger canvas. So these artist proofs is a little uncomfortable. And Andrea was like, Mike, I don't know, I'm not too comfortable with it, but I'm going to practice. Maybe I'll offer some again in the future. So he's not planning to like offer some anytime soon, but hopefully he'll work at it. And if he gets comfortable and he actually enjoys doing it, maybe we'll see. I'll work with him to auction more in the future. But this is the first ever Simple Village painted proof by Modesti. So there he is, signature, Andrea Modesti, 1 of 25. So that one's up this weekend. It's a special opportunity because these are so hard to get. He really doesn't sell much of anything. Like somehow I have bought a lot of his paintings. I love Modesti, but he doesn't sell a lot really. Even like sometimes when I want to buy a painting, he'll be like, "Yeah, I sold like everything I want to sell for this year. Maybe next year." Like I don't know what it is. Like it's something about, he mentioned taxes one time or like something. I don't know. He lives in Italy, man. He's just like he's an old school kind of guy. Great guy. But he's not like on the social medias. He's just old school. He's just living the dream, living a happy, European lifestyle, Italian man lifestyle, painting like a god, just painting like a god all the time. It's all he's doing. And, but he's not painting on tiny cards like this. So we got the Simple Village, and it's cool, like zoomed in close up view of the village, and you get some of the lush surrounds like he does in his beautiful landscape stuff. So the first of 25, the basic sites are really iconic and awesome, and it's the first ever. So that's a special thing. Is that a proof and an altar in one? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Why would you think it's an altar? It's a proof, man. Square corners, blank back, was blank. Now it's painted. I don't understand the question, Kyle. You stumped Chump, man. You stumped the Chump. What else do you guys want to see? I was thinking about showing like a few, like usually I won't like spoil. I like the element of surprise, right? I think it's really exciting. Like we had Lewis on tonight, and I hit him up right before the show, and I was like, "Hey man, if you showed any, I know Lewis very well. I know the Bearish brothers very well because I helped them with their booster box acrylic cases, right?" And so, by the way, I kind of changed. So I announced publicly that there was an Art House 5% off at Bearish discount that was offered to anybody in the public, right? So I put the word out, support Bearish. But the tool they use, we had this like affiliate arrangement, where I'd get like a small kickback on helping them promote their game and selling their product and whatnot. But the upkeep, they have to pay like the ridiculous monthly fee just for that program, for the, tracking logistics and stuff like that. So I was like, guys, don't worry about it. It's like a big cost for you guys. Doesn't make sense. But if you could please honor the 10% discount. I've been offering a 10% discount exclusive to my Patreon supporters. And they're able to do that in a way, it just won't be an affiliate arrangement. So I won't get any cut of that whatsoever, but it's a value proposition to be in the Collector Art House Patreon. So a way to give back to patrons. So I was like, let's please keep that as a benefit for Patreon. It'll benefit you guys with more sales, hopefully. A lot of the Patreon supporters are collectors, like to keep sealed product displayed on the shelves and whatnot. So that's still going to have that for 10%. So I don't know why I went on that tangent. So we revealed the Severin art. I usually don't reveal the upcoming Well, I'm gonna tell you what the painting is coming up for this week. I'll tell you about that. There's 2 that I'm offering in Patreon right now that were exclusive to Patreon. We're not claimed, so I'm gonna open up to the public. That will be Slumbering. What's the name of that giant there? That Alan Pollock giant. Is it Slumbering Giant? Lumbering Giant. I was thinking of the Slumbering Giantess because we just offered that one. So there's 2 paintings that are gonna be coming up for direct sale offer from Alan Pollock. So I advertise those for first claim access to Patreon supporters. Is what I do sometimes. Sometimes they scoop it up, sometimes they don't. But I'm going to open it up for others now to claim. I'll make an announcement this weekend or something. But it's the Lumbering Giant from Arthurian Legends. This guy, this big burly beast, and where's the other one? The Lumbering Giant, and I passed it. Beacon. Someone said I didn't know Beacon was in the set. They're like, is it Arthurian Legends? I didn't know about that. An exceptional sight alerts your forces. You gotta tilt my head there to read that one. Gain 1. And by the way, sorcery people, if you're watching, please publish those horizontally, not vertically like that. I don't like that vertical. I got to tilt my head. I can't read it. But what I might do one of these days is go back into the site and then turn it sideways. All right. I don't like that vertical. It drives me crazy. So we got the Beacon and we got the Lumbering Giant. Those will be available for direct sale, and they're pretty inexpensive too. So it's a great way to get into paintings from one of the top pros there, Alan Pollock. He's a master. And then next week, let me see. How do I want to do this? Let me I got to pull up Facebook, so I got to be careful that no one DM me any nonsense. Sensitive eyes out there. All right. So we got that. I'm going to show you guys the painting that's coming up next week. It's actually going to be an original painting paired with a matching, not exact match, because it's an original painting, matched with an artist proof. There's going to be an artist proof for that painting, but it's not going to be like a replica painting of the painting. It's going to be an artist proof with a new painting. So I'm not going to show you the, I guess I could show you the artist proof. Maybe I will show you the artist proof. So the painting that is coming up for auction this Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern to Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's how we do the paintings, right? We do like one per week typically, and it runs for a week. That way, if you need to raise cash, sell off some toys or some other game, some Magic toys, you could do that. But what we're going to do here, guys, is have coming up next week, Sunday, this week, I guess you could say, from the pride of Italy and France, because he's an Italian man living in France, Vincent Pompetti. There he is. So the Corleone is coming up. The original painting. There's Pompetti holding the painting. He's going to ship it direct from France, but we're going to offer it via auction at the Sorcery Community Facebook group and the Collector Art House Discord. So you're going to get Corleone, the painting, the original painting, and the matching artist proof, which I'll go get on the shelf in just a minute. So Corleone, and let me get the artist proof. Hang on. Am I on screen here? I can't show all the Veb1 goods. It's too sexy. It's too much. All right. So we got that in the Sir Palin. What I want to show you guys. All right. So here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. So you're going to get the original painting and the Corleone upon Usk. According to Lord of Itza, this card is Apple Stock 2005 because it yields three thresholds, and it will make you fabulously rich in 20 years. 20 years of value appreciation off the chain. It's got 3 thresholds. How could that not happen? It's not financial advice. It's just stuff that Lord of Itza said. Only provides mana and threshold while on your back row, but all 3 threshold. So this is Square Corner, Arthurian Legends artist proof And this is the number 2 of 25. We auctioned this one. It did pretty damn well, as I recall. I think, was this the one I paired? Oh no, I paired the one of his knights with the so you're gonna get, all right, so you're gonna get this artist proof of Carleon and the original painting. It'll be like a dual auction sale. So that and that. Vincent is not included. You cannot hang out with Vincent unless you come to Sorcery Con and I can convince him to come to Sorcery Con. Then you can hang out with Vincent. But it's not part of the deal. Not this time. Not this time. Carleon. There it is, guys. We need to put that in the top loader now to protect that bad boy. We're gonna need some top loaders for the break anyway, because we're gonna pull some bangers, without question. All right, so we got that. So like I say, so I showed you that because that's going to be offered with the painting, so that's no problem. I showed you the auction going this weekend, and then I will show one more artist proof that we're going to do this week, and one more altar. So artist proof. All right, I'll show you a Severin artist proof. We had a Severin painting reveal. It's going to be the branding for the logo for Shardbugs from Bearish. So I'll show you a Severin, and I'll show you... Which Severin, though? I'll show you an altar, too. So the altar... Let's do it. You guys want to see an Atlas Thorn altar? We love showcasing Atlas. I think Atlas Thorn. All right, so we'll probably open the week Sunday with Severin, Sunday to Monday. Then maybe we'll do Atlas Thorn Monday to Tuesday. All right, so let me see what Severins we got. I don't know, guys. I think I do know. I do know. I got one right here. All right, so check this out. This one is sick. This one is peak Severin, right? So we talked about this, dude, guys. This one is absurd. It's absurd. You want Atlas Thorn, Dan? All right, we're gonna do Severin, and then we'll do Atlas. 2 gods of art. Actually, we got all the gods of art right. We talked about Pompetti. We talked about Mr. Dreamboat. Andrea Modesti. I have so many Modesti paintings. I love Modesti. I even have paintings that are not in sorcery from Modesti. He's just he's everything you can want in an artist. Really, you know, he's the nicest guy. He's got god tier talent. All right, so we're unshielding this from the case. We're going to show you a raw, unsleeved Severin, and then we're going to get into some Atlas Thorn action. All right, guys. So what is the card? All right, here's some old school, early days collector art house trivia. So Eric's in the Discords, right? There's only like a few people. Like Simon was up in there. I was in there. Too Fluent was in there. A bunch of French guys that just freaking love sorcery. Maybe a few German guys. I mean, this is what was going on in the Discord in the early days. And Eric says like, "Hey, I got these cards. You know, I need some flavor text for these. I haven't figured it out yet." So I started like blasting him with ideas. Like, how about this? How about that? He actually liked one of the ideas and he put it on the card. It was in like a print to play file. I have it and I posted it in the Sorcery Community Facebook group ages ago. I'll have to go dig it up. Maybe I'll look it up even on the stream. I don't know. I might look it up and waste more time before we get into this break. I have a PowerPoint presentation I can show you guys about the playmats if you really want to get into it. But what was the card? What I'm getting at here is, what was the card that I wrote the flavor text for that was on the card in an early print to play version before Eric savagely broke my heart and did not use it in the final alpha print? What was it, guys? Which card was it? Which card was it? Chaos Twister. That's a good guess. That is a good guess. It is a Severin. It's a Severin card. It's a Severin card because I'm about to do a Severin reveal. But I helped with I influenced the game mechanic of Chaos Twister. So I see the line of thinking you're going with there. But this is a Severin card. Keith there is a good guess because I did buy that. I love that line of I love both of the flavor text of Keith Era, the first one and the second. I'll give you a clue. It rhymes with beep. It rhymes with beep. All right? All right, guys. So what did I say? So it's Breathe Deep, The Gathering Bloom. That's the final garbage that they came up with. I don't know. Why would you rewrite what I gave them for that? I mean, it's nice. I got to admit, it's nice. It's very fitting for the card. But it could have been better. Not going to lie. So I think what I came up with, I can understand why you didn't go with it because it wasn't fitting for... Actually, it was actually. It's very fitting for the mechanic. So the mechanic says, target minion at a location up to 2 steps away falls asleep. It's disabled until it takes damage. So my idea was be still because she's still, right? Very peaceful. Be still until the pain awakens you. It's strong. It's a strong saying. I think he actually messed it up on the card. I think it said, be still until the pain awakes you. But I think I said, be still until the pain awakens you. Either way, it's a glorious line that should be on the card. And maybe if they do a revised, they could do a curio. Or just straight up change it to what it should have been all along. Either way, I'll be happy. Curio or type line text change. Or just write Collector Art House right there. You know? Actually, quote me and then put Collector Art House. That would be the dream. That would be nice. I think I jacked up my hand. I don't know if I could break packs. My hand's in pain. All right, let me get a steady hand. It's my left hand. The right hand's going to be okay. So we got a sleep artist proof coming from 7 this week. Be still until the pain awakens you. From the Kitty series. There she is. 8 of 25. She's got this Kitty series going of the artist proofs, right? So originally, let me grab it by its sides. We had this beautiful woman. She's always blending humanity with nature. Now we got creature and nature. I almost said creature, which would have been spot on. A cat, creature in nature, creature, right? Sleep, kitty sleep. So instead of the woman, you got the kitty snoozing away. Not a care in the world. Paw over paw. Paw over paw. Straight out of the communities. Straight out of the communities. Beautiful piece, right? All right. So we're going to sleeve that bad boy up. That's going to come Sunday to Monday. Dude, I think I jacked up my hand. I don't know what happened here. Probably picking up my kids, man. They're getting big. Huge. Huge. The 4-year-old. I had to drag her around an ice skating rink last week. I was just dragging her corpse like Weekend at Bernie's. You know, I was just twitching around as I was humming in her ear. You know, I was just singing show tunes. She was twitching around the ice rink. Couldn't even stand up. I just had to drag the body. I just had to drag the body in circles around the ice. All right. So we got to go to the small box of dreams. All right, guys. All right. Here's the deal with this one. I got to run this one Monday night to Tuesday night because if somebody wins it, maybe I should have done that one Sunday night because here's the deal. I want somebody to win it and then take it to the Unland Cup. You know, if you're going to the Unland Cup, because this is a card, this is an altar next from Atlas Thorn that you could actually play with. And it's going to be an avatar altar. But first, I got this box here. The story with this box. So I think the first ever, maybe not the first shipment, but Elvira Shakarova sent me like a bunch of proofs in this box, like the first wave that I offered. I think I've used it ever since. This is where I store like a bunch of artist proofs that are coming to auction. So thank you for that. She's probably like shocked that I still have that. All right, Dan's going to Unland. So actually, I could have a Dan card. I have one that Dan would really like. But I don't think it's an avatar. And I don't think Dan's playing this avatar, but someone will be playing this avatar because it's a good one. So this is Atlas Thorn, right? The god of altars, the god of gods of altars. Atlas Thorn, with a new take on what is one of the top avatars in the meta right now. Highly meta relevant, Kyle. Highly meta relevant. Not Archie. Not Archie Maggio. Don't disrespect the only Italian man in Sorcery. It's not him. It's not Magoo. It's not Archie. It's Archimaggio. Oh, Pathfinder's tops? I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that. If that's true, that's news to me. One of the top avatars. Strong. Played a lot. Is Spark Mage bad, Kyle? I think I might have a Spark Mage. I'll show it to you. If you give me more lip. You give me a little more lip, I'll show you a Spark Mage. I probably could run a Spark Mage. I probably could run a Spark. So last week, Dan guessed we were going to auction the Battlefield original painting. This week, it's not meta relevant? Oh, okay, fine. I won't show it to you then. No Spark Mage for you. This week, Dan guesses that it's Sorcerer. From the great Atlas Thorn, here is Sorcerer. Showtime, baby. Showtime Bunny. Showtime Bunny by Atlas Thorn. The star of the show. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Breaking through the red curtains. Ready for primetime showtime. Like an orchestra conductor. He's like, watch me work. There's nothing funny about this card, Kyle. Absolutely nothing funny about this. This is a serious work of art. It's Showtime Bunny, Showtime Sorcerer by the God of Altars, Atlas Thorn. Nobody paints like this guy. There are 0 people on this planet that paints like this. There's one guy. There's one guy, actually. 1 + 0 is 1. Atlas Thorn. Incredible Sorcerer. It's a serious card. It's a serious, powerful bunny sorcerer. All right? So we're going to have that, and we're going to have Sleep by Severin. How about them apples? Take them both. Take 2. They're small. All right, guys. Oh, and then we're going to have a Corleone. It's going to be Italian week at the Art House. See? The original painting and the card. And then someone's going to get this one eventually. Maybe it won't hit reserve and I'll just keep it for myself. That's a possibility. It's kind of like what I hope half the time happens. And then I'll just buy it myself. Fine. You don't want it? Fine. I'll just buy it. All right, guys. Half the time, that's what I'm hoping for. All right. So we got to go back to this one. Corleone. It's coming up. I'm going to get out of Facebook. We might need that. We don't need giveaway wheel anymore. But we do need breaker wheel. And we're only an hour 42 in. You know what? What I usually do though, I hope I don't run out of recording capacity. Sometimes I have to delete old shows from the library in StreamYard because I'm at capacity. You know? You can only do so many 2 to 5 hour lives without blowing the capacity. StreamYard, they nickel and dime you, man. It's expensive, for the monthly subscription to StreamYard. They really take advantage of you. They keep jacking up the prices. But I do have this new beta comment feature now. So almost bedtime, is that right? Yeah, I know, man. I'm gonna get tired too. I really gotta work on my efficiency. All right, so we got one box open. Oh, you know what I gotta do, guys? Oh, God. I gotta put these labels on here, which means I gotta take the old labels off. You know what? I'll just do some. Hopefully, the stickiness sounded wrong. All right, Jeff Toohey, we already got him, so I'll just save that one for a rainy day. All right, we got Jeff Toohey. Oh, we got some blanks. All right. We got some blanks, guys. No problem. Nothing to worry about here. I got these labels, right? I got to put these labels on my dividers. So then when I go and store the cards, they're nice and orderly for shipment. And then, the wife and kids can't complain that they only see me in pictures. All right, guys. So pile for 15. All right, I already got a pile. So save that one for a rainy day. We got Laxon. Laxon had 9 before, right? Oh, I can recycle some Laxon action. All right, Laxon's over there. I got a system here, guys. He had 9 last time, so I could do a reuse. Nobody cares about this. This is the most boring live show it's ever been not recorded. I'm just wasting labels here. Akbro, didn't he do a 13? I mailed it off to him already. All right. Akbro's in on this one. I didn't see him in the chat. You out there, Akbro? I think I did see you in the chat earlier. We got Clockwork. Let's be honest, I'm almost uniquely talented being last on a wheel. That is true. You're very consistent at that, man. Miltu Med for 5. You've done 5 before, right? Oh, I don't have one handy. Jeff Toohey, we got. All right, Garrison's out on this one. We'll probably get rid of this one. He's not doing this one. All right, so last divider, and then we could get into some prime action. The moment 14 people left, they're going to be waiting for. Everybody else blacked out long ago. Pretty soon the Europeans are going to be waking up and joining the show for the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7 of those. You start losing people if you're ill-prepared. Axe tool, top loaders, that, wheel, go. AB, what's up, dude? Got some lurkers out there. Oh, wait. No, I don't have you on there. Kyle, what happened here? I don't have Kyle on the wheel. I don't have Kyle. That's a good catch there, Kyle. Those 5 packs could have been yours. So if I pull the foil alpha stone, it's you, not me. Kyle, you joined late, man. Joining the day of is highly dangerous. I wonder who else I might have missed. I'm gonna have to do some clutch math here. All right, this is what I'm gonna do, Kyle. This is what I'm gonna do for you because you're Kyle. I'm gonna write Kyle. Is it Kyle or Keel? Let's be serious here. Maybe we should vote on it in the chat. If you think it's Kyle, write Kyle. If you think it's Keel, write Keel. Let's just let the public decide, and then we'll make a legal change for this guy. How many did you get, Keel? How many did you actually get? I can't remember, man. Alpha break. You're not even listed, buddy. Not listed at all. All right, so 8 packs. You said you were tired. You must have persevered. So you said 8. Okay, 8 for you. All right, so this is what I got for you. I got a little sad little label for you that says 8 on it. And we're going to tuck that into this random plasticky thing. It's a filthy looking top loader for Keel. You got 8 packs, yeah. 8 packs for you. All right, man. No problem. No problem. It's a good catch. You're a lucky guy. So probably the first 5 packs are going to be a bust, and you're probably going to get a foil stone since you were born under a rainbow. All right, where's Dunkenaus? Where is Dunkenaus? Oh, here he is. All right, Dunkenaus for 5, right? That's what we said? All right, where's the wheel? Frogman, why are you DMing me there? Why are you DMing me? What can you possibly have to say to me? Huh? I thought you were at a lacrosse match. Are you watching like one eye on the phone, one eye on the little girls playing lacrosse? All right. Add and respin. I do gotta add them. You're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to respin because I don't know. It feels weird somehow. Like Dukanos, like, well, let's say he gets like some godly first 5 cards. He's like somebody else does. He's gonna be upset. All right, but I do got to add Kyle. So thanks for saying that. Actually, I still would have forgot to put him on the wheel. All right, man. I usually run a professional operation here, so don't be alarmed if you're thinking about getting in on a future break. It's a very professional operation. In fact, though, let's do some clutch math here. Let's get the calculator out. Just a quick check here. So we got 5 from Dukanas, 10 from Jeff Toohey, 13 from Acbro, 8 from Kyle or Keel. It's up to you. 13 from Clockwork, 15 from Pyle, 5 from Miltamed, 9 from Laxon, 78 divided by 2 is 39. 2 boxes exactly. All right. So Dukenhouse is first duking it out. Maybe it's Duncanhouse. Everyone's saying, okay, so only Dan responded and you just said Keel over and over. So I guess it's confirmed. Oh, okay. All right. Imagine Dan saying something over and over again. It's unimaginable. It's just something that doesn't seem likely to happen anytime soon. I sold this original painting for Lindsay to a Patreon member way back when. I assume he still got it, the Scarecrow. It's a cool one. Were there any trolls in there that I missed? Did I forget to look at some trolls? I don't know. If I miss a curio, feel free to speak up. Feel free to speak up at any time. Only if I miss a curio, though. Otherwise, please don't talk at all. Please don't talk. The chat's always so quiet. I don't know how to get conversations started. You think that live stream is supposed to be a conversation starter, but people just like to lurk and drool on their pillow while I'm breaking stuff, I guess. All right, I gotta self promote during the entire show, so I gotta stonk the art house. Self promotion. Oh, 23 people. We had a spike there when I said self promotion. All right. Into pack 2. We're an hour and 51 minutes in. We're into our second pack. Every pack has a foil. Every pack tonight has a foil. Maybe this is like a every pack foil box. Cave Trolls. All right, nothing. 2 ordinaries to start us off. 5 packs, 2 ordinary foils. Apple 2005. What did I say was Apple 2005 earlier? Oh, the Corleone. Because it has the 3 thresholds on your back row. Oh, see? If I put it back on the wheel and respun, it wouldn't be right. So you get the Courtesan, which means we're likely to get what? A Ruler of Thal? I think I get that last time though. And the non-foil Eric's Curiosa. But that happens within the same box, as they say, right? It's not like in the case, it's in the box. So we get the Frazetta, we get the Courtesan, and we get 2 foils. Oh, and Gridlord? No. No Gridlord this time. How about it, though, guys? Courtesan and 2 foils. That is not too bad. That is a good unique. It's a non-foil, but it's pretty good. But if Kyle was on the wheel, it likely would have landed on someone else, and they would have got that Courtesan. Yeah, that's the problem. Then Duncanhouse would have felt like he got screwed over. So I don't know. It didn't feel like the right thing to do. I think it's okay. Oh, he gets an Elite Ancient Dragon. Wow. So 3 foils, one of which is an Elite. Another one, so we got 2 Lindsay foils. He gets 2 ordinary foils, an Elite foil, and the non-foil Courtesan. Oh, Mad Dog, what's up, man? I lurk, but I'm not even close to my to my pillow to drool. Mad Dog, are you in Europe? Are you a European guy? I thought for some reason I might be mixing you up with like another guy that's got like a Mad Doggy type of name. A lot of Mad Doggish people out there. Okay. Barry. That's a good... Oh, I sold this one too. Remember that, guys? I did a really great short on this one. I'm not patting myself on the back on that. I just like the song that I picked for it. It felt really epic for it. So I'm kind of patting myself on the back. All right, so no curio. No curio. It's a bust. It's a bust 5 packs. Not a single curio in the 5. That's not supposed to happen. I'm talking a mile a minute here. So you got 3 foils and a Courtesan. in 5 packs. And he just joined the I think he just joined the Patreon. So there you go. Thank you, man. You join, you win. You break, you win. You do anything, you win. All right. I'm just talking crazy nonsense right now. I'm kind of hungry. That's a problem. Oh, Missouri. I was close. It's pretty close. It's like relatively close to Europe, as I recall from my geography schoolwork. 1, 2, 3. Is that 3? That is 3. 4. We didn't do much counting in geography class. I can't talk and count at the same time. So I'm just going to pull out a bunch of packs and then count them. And hopefully it's right. Otherwise, then we got some pack controversy. You know what? Maybe we should do a mixer. You guys want to do a mixer next week, or should we do a sample pack? Let me know in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let me know in the chat, the live chat and the after show chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, let me know in the chat if we should do a sample pack next or an alpha box. And if we do an alpha box, if we should do a blender mixer or just straight like across the rows like I'm doing right now. I used to live in Missouri and confirm it's often referred to as the Europe of the Midwest. That is interesting. I had the original sketch for that one. That's a nice one. That's why I paused there. All right, so gray wolves. No wolves around here. No wolves are allowed, says Dan. We got to see the logo. Look at the logo. Logo is always looking at you. What's it stand for, Froggy? What's it stand for? Show me state. Oh, a core, baby. Damn, we're crushing on this box. A Tice, a core. Oh, and he gets a foil too. And the trolls. Not a curio troll. Recall. Great painting by Aussie. Damn, what a pack. It's an exceptional alpha foil and an alpha non-foil core from the great Melissa Benson. The legendary artist of the Shivan Dragon and the Nightmare. And the what else? Lord of Atlantis? What other iconic artworks has Melissa Benson done, guys? I feel like I'm missing one. Nightmare, Shivan Dragon, Lord of Atlantis. Is it Lord of Atlantis? Or have I forgotten everything? What else, guys? Come on. This is a Shard Bugs and Magic show. I showed you that magic card earlier. You didn't believe me. You said there's no way this guy bought a magic card after the 1990s. There he is. There's the king. The king of the realm. We should get the king on. Mix it up. It's been a while since the king's been on. But he's been on the show. We should get an artist on one of these times. We had Lewis today talking about shard bugs. We had a decent turnout to hear what Lewis had to say about 20 to 25 people. We surprised people with Chris from Bearish. We got a foil coming up, boys. Got a foil. We got another elite. Another elite. The Adept Illusionist. Very nice. Beautiful artwork there by Mr. Jeff Easley. Remember I sold the grapple shot? Hell of a painting. It looked amazing in person. Amazing painting. Tony, you want Tony? Can make it happen. Sure, I can make it happen. First, I got to figure out, Dan, why you DM'd me during my live stream. I don't know. It's I look over there and I see 2 messages that I haven't read. It's driving me crazy. Like, what are those? What are those 2 messages? The smokestacks. People thought that was stupid rare at one point. Oh, what do we have here? A dual land foil. Oasis, Marta. Beautiful. Very nice. A boss troll. Pulling boss trolls for days. You got to flip them over, guys, because there's curio trolls out there in the wild. Curio Trolls. All right. For good luck. For good luck. Just this once. Oh, the Salamander. Remember I sold that one? That was from the collector tier. Pirate Ship. That's a banger. Who's DMing me here? 6 times he DMs me? Who is this guy? He didn't like that the painting was not included in the sale. Oh, don't worry. It's just the first box, Mildy Med. He's not taking it all. Oh, backstab. But not the foil. The foil's hard. Oh, oh! The foil elite mix. Oh my gosh. Oh man. There she is. Oh man. I don't recall pulling many of those. I did pull 2 foil alpha stones. Wow, Pile, man. It's rigged. Pile is what a box this is. My God. What a box. That's straight money. I might have to obnoxiously show this guy and say it's straight money every time I get a money pull. I might do that. I might. It's too much glare. There's a lot of glare on this guy. There he is, covering it up. You don't even know what it was. 6 packs through. Yeah. Well, Pile. Here's the thing with Pile. He's been in several of the last alpha breaks, and it's been pretty hit or miss for him. He had some tough breaks, but he keeps coming back to the well, and eventually you get rewarded. Because all I do is pull grails. It's the only thing I pull. There's been a lot of foils. The Puppet Master. That's a really nice artwork. We saw the sleep in there. We got the sleep artist proof coming. Yeah, I got like a whole row of stuff for Pile over here. He's done 15, like 3 breaks in a row, I think. Oh, Browse. There's a banger. That is a nice one. I think I'll sleeve that up for old time's sake. Remember Spittler loved the browses? He had like all the browses. I don't know. He's like, I'm buying all these browses. People are pissing him away. And I think he sold everything and basically got out of sorcery. But there we go. Money shot. Crazy box. You got one you'll post in the Discord on the same wavelength? Oh, is the altar? You like that? Yeah, man. It's a cool altar, right? I love that altar. Yeah. What's that? The Wind Blast. Not the Curio. All right. Smothering Tithe. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, Act Bro. Sounds cool, man. Ooh, Death Speaker. There's a card. I own the original sketch of that. All right, so we got an Extinguish, Guttering, not Flickering failure, Guttering failure. If you find Flickering, you got yourself a Curio. Got some Frazetta. We got the Violent part coming out in a new secret layer for sorcery. Not sorcery. It's blasphemy what I just said there. For Magic. Magic secret layer. They take the Violent because they missed it on the first go around when they copied sorcery completely on all cards. And then they fit it into the second one with a bunch of obscure art from Frank that no one's ever heard of. So Magic takes a step back while sorcery takes a step forward. Yeah, look at these sorcery cards, man. It's just like no game compares, right? The art of no game compares. It's really hard to top sorcery artistically. And the game design's like sick. I don't know, man. The game's like really freaking good. It's a really good project. We think AL might have been heavily printed, and some people are worried about that. To me, it doesn't really matter. If it was, to me, doesn't matter. I think it like it was a Fate. It was a non-foil, right? I mean, what are we gonna do with this? What are you gonna do with that toy? With a Fate? This Fate? It's non-foil. It's a non-foil. It's a non-foil. I gotta sleeve that one. Do I gotta put it in a top loader too? I could. Oh, it's meta relevant. All right, it's meta relevant. So I'm gonna put it in a top loader then. So you guys think we should sleeve and top load every unique non-foil? What are unique non-foils in alpha at these days? Are they a big deal? Oh, wait. How about boss trolls? Are they valuable? Serious question. It's a serious question. I shit you not. I'm only telling you. I'm asking you only serious questions. All right. So where is my? Oh my, look how this guy crushed here. Put this guy over here. So 15 packs for pile. Oh, 30 plus. All right. So he hit the browse. Let me put these goofy non-foils away. All right. So from a foil perspective, that's not a foil. That's not a foil. See, you guys are getting me all messed up here. On my rhythm. So we got the Ordinary Extinguish. We got the Elite Mix. We got the Exceptional Oasis Dual Land. We got the Elite Illusionist. And we got another Exceptional. So I'll put that in there. Recall. So Ordinary Exceptional, Elite. But he gets the Mix Elite. That is a sick pull. Not only that, but he gets these other toys here. The Atlantean, the Ruby, and the Browse. Dude, that's 15 packs right there. Atlantean, $19. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. So, Pile. What did I do with his? Did I have a thing for him? That was Pile. That was Pile. Not to be mistaken with Kyle. Median is $15. That's actually not bad if you think about it, guys. $15 for uniques. 67 cards in the set that are worth like 15 plus, 15 to 30 non-foil, mind you. Oh, Bro, here we go, bro. Here we go. That is not too bad for like a young game. Not too bad at all. Should have brought a protein bar, man. At least I got the water. All right. So Bro's got to follow that up. It's tough, man. It's tough. I hope there's still some juice for you here. 3, 4, 5. Maybe this is a God box. 6. We didn't hit a unique foil yet. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got an uneven row, so I'll go 13. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 packs for Bro. There he is, Bro. All right, 13 packs. Money packs. Money pack. Get back in there. Get back in there. Center it. Center it. Center it. All right, get back in there, Leo. Let's go, Leo. Let's go, baby. This is a God box potentially. All right, so another Seer. Oh man, what an artwork. The face of the Sorcery Community Facebook group. Love me a Seer. Beautiful. All right. It's like a ruler with a mill too. Even $15 earns a sleeve. All right, so Stone Gaze. Might have a Stone Gaze kitty one of these days. Oh, the Discord's talking to me. Let me mute this. All right. Muted my speakers. Kevmo. Misses everything. Is this still going? Who in their right mind is watching till... Oh, wait. Did you just join, Kevmo? So you missed. Should I get the painting out? We just sold the painting, guys. You saw the painting auction? Where'd it land? 5,500 ultimately? I was losing track. It went right up to the wire till 9:30. So I was about a few minutes late for my own show. That's what happened, Kevmo. I was late to my own show because the auctions got extended. First we had, Roasting Turkey or Roaring Turkey, is it? Oh God, sorry. Roaring Turkey. He won this one. I think went for like 401 or something like that. He won this artist proof. It got extended till 920. The Dan Seagrave Battlefield painting got extended to 9:30. It was like a double header close. That's the danger of doing lives on a Friday night when you got auctions closing at 9 that could get extended if you got bids in the last 10 minutes. You get extended, and then it went right up till 9:30 on that painting. and I think the Seagrave went for 5,500. Solid. I mean, makes sense for a Seagrave. That's a really iconic piece. You know, like everybody has that playmat. So if you think about, you know, I thought that was super iconic because it's the first playmat, and you know, people got nostalgic ties to that because if you were around in the early days for the Kickstarter campaign, think about it. You got your Kickstarter fulfilled. What'd you get? You got the Battlefield playmat, and you played all your games. You grinded away on that first playmat until more playmats were available. So those are the types of things that hold up and last the test of time. Anyone that's like into the game long term is going to remember that first playmat they played on. They're going to remember that artwork. And it's Seagrave, you know, the guy's just like a god. I thankfully was smart enough to buy one Seagrave, at least one Seagrave. I could have had the Torch Hammer as well, because I got the Seagraves late. I was late to Seagrave. A lot was already sold, but I ended up with the Gilded Aegis, which is, you know, it's an alpha unique, which is pretty cool, and it's a cool painting. I like armor and weaponry and stuff. That's really why I went with it. With the Torch Hammer, I was like, what the hell is a Torch Hammer? Ultimately, you know, I like art that like kind of stands on its own, has a life beyond the game, and isn't wholly levered to the game. Because then, like, independent of the game, I can really appreciate the art and proudly display it. Like a rustic village. Beautiful, right? The sheep, the village. It's a beautiful scenic landscape piece, you know? But if you're a player, then having, like, rare and powerful meta-relevant, as Kyle liked to dog me on, meta-relevant and powerful cards or paintings of those cards is pretty awesome and special, too. All right, I don't know, man. We need to get some. I do have this painting too. It's a gorgeous painting right there. It's a beautiful original painting by Modesti. You got no foils so far, Act Bro. We hit a run early. You got 3 packs left, so we need to pull something for you here, man. At least get like a non-foil stone or something to hang your hat on. The Wicked Witch. This is what's called a thrashing. Have you done all right in other breaks? I appreciate you participated several times, Zach, bro. It's really fun to be able to do this and do like a multifaceted show where we have like a guest on for the first hour. There you go. We'll sleeve up the Atlantean again. I'll sleeve that one up for you, dude. Yeah, it's really nice to have like an intro, talk to somebody for an hour, and then get into like a break aspect to enjoy the product itself and the game. I wanted to tie the discussion. I wanted to tie in the discussion with 2 Fates in the same box. I guess that is pretty interesting. I mean, they're non-foil, but it is interesting. Hey, Kyle, did you see my break like a week or 2 ago? I did 2 boxes. And so I don't know if they came from the 2 box or if it was like the bridge from the first box to the second. I pulled 2 Immolation unique foils. Immolation, man, the same exact unique foil. So there's only 248 of those in the world, and I pulled 2 of them out of 2 boxes. Like the odds of that are stupid, stupid low. So in 13 packs, you didn't get a single foil card there, Act Bro. Man. I feel bad about that. I feel like I should give you something. I feel like I should give you something. I don't know, man. It's upsetting. It's upsetting to me. I feel bad and sad. I feel like all these emotions right now. Poor guy, Akbro. He's a solid guy. I enjoyed meeting you in person, too, at that LGS we went to. What was it? Blowout Cards? They didn't know shit about Sorcery. Like, Sorcery? What is that? Like the guy could care less. He had no interest in carrying it for some reason. But he had all these other goofy games on the shelf. He even had the Garbage Pail Kids, right? The Garbage Pail Kids were up there. I was like, that game is back? And Akbro was like, yeah, it's back. It's back. Yeah, they got that. It's over there. It's right there. That's why it's there. It's back. I think maybe I asked the guy and he said that. And I don't know, man. They had a lot of like random shit up in there. I don't know. He needs to get some sorcery in there. We probably got to go lean on that guy. Smack the taste out of his mouth a few times. You think I should bring the Leo in there, Kyle? Oh, give back, bro, the Leo. That would be emotionally crushing to have to give up my Leo. I love Leo. I love the real Leo, and I love the magic Leo right there. He's a great guy. He brings me much joy with his great movies. Yeah, that's true, Ak, bro. Sometimes you score. Sometimes you get punched in the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so Jeff Toohey's gonna like take it on the chin, probably getting the last 6 of this God box. But then he's gonna get the first 4 of the next box. Oh shit! Almost gashed my entire hand open. So then we're gonna open this alpha box, and I'm really butchering this one with the X tool. It's unfortunate. You hate to see something like this. It was such a nice box before the X tool got to it. Yeah, I'm struggling with this sticker here, guys. I'm not getting a clean cut. The X tool can be aggressive and dangerous at times. Right, get out of here, X tool. Bastard. Look how you butchered my boy. How am I going to take pictures with that in the background? How am I going to put paintings in front of a stack of those now? The way I butchered that box. I don't know. Man. All right. At least the price was right, Ak, bro. 25 a pack, I feel, is pretty dirt cheap. I should probably chill with that, in fact. Watch me run out, and then it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be a sad day. There'll always be breaks to do. Oh wait, Ak, bro, you sent me the pick, man? Oh shit. Oh shit. Who did that, Ak, bro? That's solid, dude. That's solid, Ak, bro. Nice work. All right, so we need 4 more packs for Tui. 2, 3, 4. Tui went to sleep like 3 hours ago. All this guy does is sleep. He's like, I want to be in the break. I'll be sleeping. He's never seen a break live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As soon as I open like another break, like Jeff said, he's like, I'm in for my standard 10. Then we go live at 9:30. At like 9:36, like, so basically a minute after I start the show, after I declare it's going to start at 9:30, and then I started at 9:35, Tui's up in there, and he's like, "Hey guys, I gotta go to bed. I'll see you. Gotta go." It's like he runs through the front door, he streaks across the room, and he's like right out the back door and gone. He's like, "Hey guys, how you doing? Gotta go to bed. Gotta go to bed." What does this guy do? Does he do like janitorial services? He's got to like have the place cleaned up before the Kmart opens the next morning. Oh, there you go. There's a nice piece. All right, Jeff Tui. He's gonna laugh tomorrow that I was busting his chops for going to bed at 9:36 on a break night. On a break night of all things. Oh, you randomly found that on eBay? I don't see altars on eBay too much. I guess I'm not looking there. Is the problem. Instagram is the holy grail of altars. I've discovered a few altarists there. My guy Atlas Thorn, man. Showtime Atlas Thorn. Showtime Thorn, they call him. Showtime Bunny. Showtime Atlas Thorn. There's nothing this guy can't do. It's the God of Gods. I think I called Medesi the God of Gods earlier. So we'll say God of altars. Oh, we got a foil here. Tui's going to hit a foil. Boil. It's just a boil. Brian Smith, man. He's going to be a busy guy. He's going to be at Sorcery Con next weekend. He's going to be at Sorcery Con. Brian Smith gets around, man. He was super gun shy early on. He's like, I don't know, Mike. I don't go to shows like this. I just stay in my studio apartment and paint my face off all day, all night. I don't know about these shows. Now he goes to all the shows. The old schoolers love him. The new schoolers love him. Every school. Brings in the Brian Smith show. All right, so Tui's getting all the foils now. All the ordinaries, at least. This is the, are we on to the new box? I commingled it a little bit, so I'm not quite sure. This might be the tail end of the first box, which would add insult to injury for our boy Akbro, who just somehow dodged all the foils in a third of the box. I don't know. Sometimes that's how it happens. This is why you got to go blender. But then some people are like, "Oh, Mike, I didn't know you were going to do blender. I got some goofy shit in the blender." And then other people are like, "Dude, that blender. I got some sick shit in that blender. Let me tell you. You got to blend more often." Oh man, Akbro loves that one. It's not Jihad though, dude. It's Crusade. I'll sleeve it up because it's not allowed to be on social media. You're not allowed to show that card on social media. I'm probably gonna get banned for pulling that card. I might get a call from Sergi pretty soon here. Yeah. I could feel Sergi coming. You know what? What? Yeah? Who is it? Sergi. Sergi? You watch live content on YouTube on Friday night? Don't you have a girlfriend? Yeah. Girlfriend. You know what that is, Sergi. Remember from the movies? Yeah. Yeah. That's what you do on a Friday night. You don't watch children's card game openings. You goofy bastard. All right. Yeah. Yeah, go fuck yourself. All right. I'm definitely gonna get banned after that one. I might have cursed at him. He upset me a little bit. You guys couldn't hear what he was saying to me. Yeah. I was only reacting to him. Oh, Purge. Purge always looks like Pudge to me. Oh. All right, so he's getting all of the ordinary. Even the ones with the grid lines on the back. You guys can't see it. The resolution's no good. I don't know. I buy high tech here and I get low tech results. High tech purchase, low tech results. I don't know, guys. Might be user error. And some top loaders. Loading from the top. Yeah, both Bryans are coming and Margaret are coming to Sorcery Con. Unland Cup. Unland Cup. That seemed like light glue on that one, guys. I don't know. It might be fraudulent. Let's see. It did have the infiltrate. That's solid. Nope. No curios yet. No stones yet either. Maybe because Dan's not in on the break. Jinxing us, Dan. Next break, Dan's in on these. He's going to get some stones. Probably 2. Depends. Depends if he gets 5 packs or 10. 5 packs, stone. 10 packs, 2 stones. Standard ratio. Standard protocol for Dan Man. Oh, we got a foil here. Oh, Royal Bodyguard. Gridline Bodyguard. All right. Or Rollerline Bodyguard. Oh, the Basilisk. Alan Pollock, baby. Wow, that's a nice painting, man. I think Eric owns this one. I think he owns that one, if I'm not mistaken. Look how great that painting is. Man, Pollock is unbelievable. So the 2 Pollocks that I have available for sale, Lumbering Giant and Beacon from Arthurian Legends, they're the last 2 paintings that he has from Sorcery. I mean, maybe he'll have some in Gothic, but they're the last 2 he has from the first sets of Sorcery. What was the pricing I had, guys, that are in the Patreon? I'm going to open up to the public for at the same price because it wasn't claimed by the 140 people or so in the paid tiers. So I think what I'll do is I'll announce it to my Patreon at large. I'll make it a public post so everyone at the there's some foils under here too. I forgot about those ones. So Jeff Toohey, everyone in Patreon in the even in the free tiers will now see it and have an opportunity to claim those last 2 Pollocks, Alan Pollock paintings, Lumbering Giants and Beacon from Arthurian Legends. All right, so you got 3 ordinaries, an exceptional, and then a unique crusade. Not bad for Toohey. Toohey's always doing all right for himself. I don't know if I should even ship to him anymore. I'll probably open the next break and I'll be like, I'm in on that. Count me in for the first 30 to 60 seconds. And then I'm going to start drooling all over myself. While you guys shoot the shit for 3 hours. 3+ hours at least. We're at 224. We might get this done in under 3. That would be impressive, actually. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. We got 4 people left. Kyle. Miltu Med is staying true to form. He's going to go dead last. Kyle for 8. That could have been you, Miltu Med, but you reminded me to put him on the wheel. So here we got Kyle here, this sad little like top loader. It's not even a top loader. It's a penny. All right, Kyle for 8. I guess it's Keel, since only Dan responded to my poll on what his name actually is. And Dan said Keel. Everyone else said absolutely nothing, including Keel himself. So I guess it is Keel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Somehow it was like uneven again. I think it's because I go left to right every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Putting myself to sleep here, man. Oh, it's midnight? God. How did it become midnight? It's only 9er for Dan. All right, Infernal Legion. Oh. You actually want to see your polls, Dan? Kyle? Keel. You want to see your polls? All right. He is confused. He doesn't know what he likes anymore. Poor Keel. He doesn't know what he likes. He likes sorcery and he likes shard bugs. But the things within, he has no idea. He knows like he likes bugs of some kind. He likes different kinds of species of things. One day it's tomatoes, next day it's tomatoes. Some days it's cucumbers. You never know with Keel. Keel's an interesting cat. What I might do is I don't know. I might do some interesting stuff, guys, in the coming week or two on the next break. Might be some heat coming. Might be some serious heat coming. You know what? I guess I won't do that just yet. I'll think about it. I'll work on the concept and think about it. Oh, you know what? I almost revealed. I almost showed something earlier, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting for EC to make their move, and then I'm going to make a move on my own, baby. It's going to be, they're going to release something, and then I'm going to release something. And it's not undisclosed. I don't know if any inside, it's not about inside information. It's about rewards and something related. Dust store. And something related to the dust store. Bugman, Wolfman, Camelman. What did you respond? Oh, you responded to Keel? What was the response? What did he actually say? Dan, did you see what Keel said? I think he means he responded like a month ago, the last time he tuned into one of my streams. He fell off the face of the earth like our guy Kevmo. Imperial. Are you not going to get a single foil, Keel? You probably got the alpha foil coming in the last pack, to be honest. Oh, Mangina. Oh, okay. All right, Kyle. Kyle Keel. Last pack, man. You didn't get any foils. Good thing it was only 8 packs, so it was basically free. But I don't know, man. I didn't see any uniques. I didn't see any foils. You didn't have a divider. You weren't even on the wheel. I disrespected you, pal. You deserve better, Keel. You deserve much better than that. What just happened there? I'm going to put your penny sleeve in a top loader to protect you from that emotional damage that you just incurred. You need protection from that emotional damage. Bling! Bling! Sergi? Yeah. It's Keel. It is Keel? I thought it was Keel. I mean, he spells it K-I-E. There's so many vowels in there. I know. It's like 4 letters. 50% of them are vowels. You checked? You put it in the AI machine? Yeah, I know. He's the only Keel? He's the only Keel in this world? I know. That's why. All right. Stop calling me, you bastard. I'm live. All right, guys. I'm going to call... what phone provider do I have? T-Mobile. Is it T-Mobile? I'm going to call T-Mobile. I'm going to get my number changed so Sergi stops harassing me. No more harassment. I'm not taking it. I'm going to get a call from Larry next, probably. Larry doesn't call me, to be honest. It's always Sergi. Yeah. All right, 13 from Clockwork. I think this is his first break for Clockwork. He just joined the Patreon. Thank you, Clockwork. Is it a first? I think. Did he buy an artist proof in the past? Clockwork. You guys know Clockwork, right? Clockwork Games, 13. Thank you for joining the Patreon. Thank you for participating in the packs. And the breaks, I mean. And getting the packs that Kyle is about to wish he had. Kyle or Keel? All right. Whoa, that was hot trash. Dai Lai Pai Kai. Add an L. I don't know, man. I don't know. Not in this country, it's not. Keel. I listened to the Brandon Renner's show, and he said he told me that it was Keel. He was like, and he's like one of those Explorer guys, right? One of the Explorer guys. Hang on. Keel. Maybe I'll send you some Explorer cards to ease your pain. So like you got Brandon, and maybe this is Brandon. He's more powerful than Keel. This is big bad Brandon talking down to little Keel. He's like, I see you, Keel. I see you in my one eye. In my lazy explorer eye. I don't see a Kyle. I don't see a Kyle anywhere. That's what I said. I mean, I watched his show. I heard it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Clockwork. What's up, man? He was lurking. Everyone's lurking here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Clockwork. Are you in the United States of America? One of the MAGA states? Are you in a MAGA state? It's 50 of them. Or the 51st state of Canada. I thought you were in Europe for some reason. So I was surprised to see you online. But it's like I say, it's 6 a.m. The Europeans are going to be waking up soon. All right, man. I hope you get some heat. In the name of Keel. Keel's been so lucky on the show. I don't know. Maybe maybe he was due for some heartbreak. Let me get our good luck charm back in the scene. Not really. What? You're supposed to get the dice. Are you in the U.S. or are you in Europe, or some other country? Oh, Vesuvius. Unique. I'm told I should sleeve up the uniques, so we'll sleeve that one up for you. We didn't have that problem with Kyle. There's nothing sleevable at all. Oh, Swiss. Okay, yeah, I thought you were in Europe for some reason. So is it 6 a.m. right there? Is it 6 a.m. out there? That is the question on my mind. It's a long way away, man. It looks like it's a beautiful country by the looks of it. Do you know my guy? Shit, man. I'm blanking on his name now. Great guy out there in Switzerland. I can't remember his name, man. Who are the other Switzerland guys that are into sorcery? You got any out there? What's the presence like out there in Switzerland? Are there people into sorcery out there? Are a lot of people playing it? Are stores carrying it? Do you know the other guy from Switzerland? That is the primary question. Whose name escapes me right now. I've been struggling with names recently, guys. I think I'm getting old like Keel. I got that Keel brain. It's kind of like pregnancy brain, you know? Like they say you get pregnant, you forget stuff. You start spending too much time around Keel. And you say the word Keel too much, and it just kind of erases your whole mental state, really. Your whole psyche gets a little unkiltered. There it is again. Battlefield. Omnipresent. All right. We're getting the battlefields. There's no doubt about that. It's got to be 6 a.m. out there. Maybe he pulled an all-nighter. Somehow he was there right on cue. Oh, unique Maelstrom. All right, so you're hitting non-foil uniques. The buy-in price is low, so you're probably doing fine. As long as we get you more foils or uniques. Not many? Yeah. I know it's tough, man. It's tough in Europe. Europeans are super passionate. I think they're just passionate people in general. And they have great culture and art, natural beauty. So maybe that was always my favorite from Jeff. He gave me the original sketch for that, or at least he had a few variants of it. Very nice gesture by Jeff Menges. Oh, you got an elite foil there, man. Sisters of Silence. Yeah, the Europeans are into the finer things in life. They got the natural scenic beauty. It's a great one by Aussie, man. Who paints like that for a card game? That's unbelievable. They got the women. They definitely have the women over there. Lovely ladies over there in Europe. They got good bread, good food in general. A lot to look at. A lot to enjoy. A lot to eat. You got those Alps. You know, you got those Alps up there. Go sledding. The vault. The vault. You got the vault, man. I've never heard anyone ever talk about the vault. Not a single time. No vault. I sold the vault very early on to a Patreon supporter. Sold a bunch of Tony's paintings for Tony. Oh, you see that? Was that in there backwards? Wait a second. I don't know about that. Maybe I'm just getting a little flummoxed. Is that a word? Oh, pristine. I'll sleeve that up for you, man. You're hitting all the uniques. You're hitting some banger uniques. So going straight to Switzerland in a shoebox. Nah, I'm just kidding about the shoebox. They're going to Switzerland, though, that's for sure. I wonder if you got any guys named Sergi in the country. Seems improbable. What's the deal with your magic card, Grandpa? This bastard lurks for 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 23 seconds. Then he gets fired up about that magic card. Dangles, you bastard. You ball-busting bastard. Typical shenanigans out of your face. Nonsense falling out of your mouth right now. All right. Crossroads, we pulled that earlier. Oh, all right. All right, I think you're doing okay. The Tithe, Leo the Tithe is here for good luck. Although he might be a jinx at this point. Although, oh, Geistwood, sick. Oh my God, you hit so many uniques in 13 packs. Man, this really was a good box. We hit that cold streak from Acbro and Keel, but man, we've hit a lot of heat tonight. A lot of great pulls. It's always fun to see Alpha Magic. 20 per people left their phone on and fell asleep. It's not bad. It's good for ratings. If there were ratings. Another unique. The Plague of Frogs. I'm going to run out of top loaders with the way you're just scoring. Yeah, the one is this the one? It is the one. All elements. There's all element types. You can do anything you want with that guy. I think I know the guy that owns this original. Ah, is he one for the full set? I was thinking of someone else. But I do know, nevertheless, who it is. Discord guy. Patreon. It's posted in the Collector Art House Discord. The complete set. The original painting and every variant. Dating back to sample cards and including artist proof. I sold an artist proof to complete his a true master set. True master set means you own original painting, sample card, alpha foil, and alpha non-foil. If you want to get weird. If you want to get weird with core product. Really, maybe a master set should be all historic, like unconventional non-core. Like playtest card, sample card, original painting, original sketch. Do you have to have the original sketch to have the master set? Not all of them have sketches. He gets the unique roots. Dude, you got like a unique in every freaking pack. Every pack had a unique. The Vault, I didn't even sleeve up. I was like, get that Vault out of here. No one's ever even said the words Vault. So you got the Vaults just in the stack. So you got the volts. We have to account for that. And how many like non-foil uniques did you get? You got that. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus the volt makes 7 non-foil uniques. An ordinary foil, and then an elite foil. In 13 packs, man. You crushed. Crushed it. Poor Kyle wasn't even on the wheel. And Clockwork is taking home the bacon. Unbelievable. Sorry, Leo. Sorry. I didn't mean to smack you around like that, pal. I mean, those, no disrespect. All right, so Miltu Med, if he's still alive out there, might very well be the very last person on the wheel. Watch it happen, guys. I thought it actually would not happen, but it literally just happened. It literally just happened. Miltu Med was the very last person off the wheel. Every time. Every single time. I don't know if there's going to be 5 packs left for him. The rest of the box is a foil curio hunt. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then do we still have 5 in there? I don't know, man. I don't know. I might have messed up, Mill. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there is 5. There is still 5. So I always think I'm going to mess it up and give somebody too much or too little. But I actually never have messed up. It's just a phobia. It's just a goofy phobia. Maybe because some of the sample packs had like errors. Like there were only 14 cards in a 15-pack sample pack. Or there was no unique or elite slot. That could happen, guys. And it has happened. I don't think I had the 14 card issue happen, but I've had a no unique or elite slot happen. I've also pulled Time Stop. Just some like godly 1 of 1 samples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I pulled. I need a nap, guys. I need a nap. Maybe even a full night's sleep. I pulled a Wolpertinger in the last one. That's a special one because that showed up in Arthurian Legends. Oh, the Valkyries. Deep Sea Mermaids. I know who owns the original painting of Deep Sea. If anyone's interested. And also, I know the owner of Magellan Globe. If anyone's interested. So, just give me a shout out. Oh! All right, Laxon. Laxon hit a tough. So, what did we say? You get Egyptian Queen. The Eric's Curiosa is coming. Every time it's coming. Not bad. Looks like it's in pretty nice condition, too. Eric's Curiosa. So, we're going to have to segue to. And then he hits an exceptional foil for good measure. We're going to have an Eric's Curiosa Expedition Edition in just a minute here. Should we do that? I don't know if we should do that. I should probably stop messing around. It's getting late, guys. People are bored to tears. I can't believe Kyle's still awake. I thought he was sick. I thought you were sick, man. Shouldn't you be sleeping on something? Or with someone or on someone? One of those things seems like a good play. Maybe 2 of the 3. I just happen to have it here. I never put it away from before. The Curiosa collection. There's just Curiosas everywhere. They're just everywhere. You got the early playtest card. Oh, this is from Red Zone Rogue. No, that's actually, that's a playtest. So Eric made that card, and he gave it to Red Zone Rogue. Got this one also from another Red Zone Rogue deck. You got the playtest card from Rafa, signed by Rafa Developer. Another one, signed by Rafa Developer. You got this one, which is a sample card, a pre-con sample card from the Avatar of Fire deck. You got this one signed by Eric Olofsson, the game creator. This is an alpha artist proof, signed by Eric. Blank back. Only one in the world that I know of, guys. Only one. You got an artist proof, painted by Francesca Berald, number 12. For artist proofs from the Eric's Curiosa, she chooses an item off of the original art. She did the candle That's the one I own there. The candle. All right, you got the sketch card, Alpha Curio. Alpha Curio. You got that thing, Alpha Non-Foil. We just pulled one. And the EC Beta Curio. There they are, guys. Maybe one of the most iconic paintings. Cards and paintings. Pretty great. Pretty great. Not gonna lie. That's what happens when you pull an Eric's Curiosa. I think I pulled one like last week or maybe the week before. I've been pulling those like wild. I thought Edge of the World was a unique. Did it get errated? It got errated in my memory. It's funny. It's a funny joke. Every once in a while, we got a few of those on the show. Got errated in my memory. A Nui Undyne. I did a behind the art story at collectorarthouse.com. Please like and subscribe to the video. For those that are going to watch this back for 3 hours like a maniac, like and subscribe and then go join my Patreon. And maybe win some stuff. Maybe have fun. Maybe get discounts and deals. 10% off all Bearish products. Never expires. Unless they discontinue it, but there's no plans to. Patreon, man. There's a lot of benefits. Discounts on breaks. Breaks are cheap. $25 a pack for Alpha. Oh, you got Candlemass, brother. Oh, Candlemass. Got the original painting in the house somewhere. I don't think it's in the room, but it's in the house. It's a beautiful painting. As soon as I saw it, I had to have it. And I did have it. Yep, one of the Modestis. I contacted Modesti. I was like, hey, that Candlemass, that's mine now. That Candlemass, please send it. Just go ahead and send it over. I love that one. I have to have that one. I showed that one to Eric. He was like, yeah. He's like, that one's special, right? It's different, you know? It just feels different. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. Like, look at that. It just looks like super iconic. Super iconic looking. Did an amazing job here. Got to see more Modesti and Sorcery. I don't know if he's going to be... Probably not going to be in Gothic, right? He's not a Gothic style artist. Is he going to be in something after that? Please, God. Please. Please don't terminate Modesti. He is my hero. I don't know. Maybe Eric's taking a dark turn. He's going to go with more metal artists. Maybe we're going to see Brian Kirshner. Read between the tea leaves on that one. We got Pedro. I just wrote a interview article with Pedro Pereira and David O'Connor there in the UK, the UK artist, along with our guy Rodney Matthews, absolute legend. I'd love to have Rodney on the show. I got to follow up with him and his wife, man. Make that happen. Oh, we got a Roaming Monster. That is a great artwork by Easley. Man, he does great stuff. You see that Easley book Kickstarter he did? Crushed on that. He made so much money, man. That was a tremendous sale. Okay. Yep, Roaming Monster. Out of the blue. Maybe summoned to any site. Why does it say that? Couldn't you summon it to any site anyway? Or is it like sometimes there's restrictions where you can't summon, but this guy can power through? That's kind of cool, actually. It's a great effect. He's a roaming monster. He just blasts through this door. You cannot deny him. He'd be summoned to any site. Any site. Will not be denied. You want to put him on... maybe like because you got the... I should probably just stop talking. Kyle's going to start busting my balls if I keep talking. So I'm just going to leave it there. All right, we got 5 left from Milda Med. Laxon did pretty good tonight, guys. He got an Elite Foil. He got the Eric's Curiosa. He got an Exceptional Basilisk. Exceptional Inui Undyne. And a Roaming Monster. 2 Exceptional Foils. An Elite Foil. And the Eric's Curiosa. That is what I call... I am a gameplay expert there. I am a sponsor of Elite Athletes. Elite... what do they call those Those gamer kids. Esports. I'm an esports guy. I'm an esports coach and a life coach. All right. Mill to Med. We got to give you a spin, Mill. Is Mill sleeping? He just gave up. It's like, I'm going to be last. I'll see you in a couple hours. We're gonna execute the miracle and get this done in 3 hours, guys. Within 3 hours. Not even 3. Within 3. What are you guys saying in the Discord? Ah, I went too far. I'm gonna just read the Discord for a little while. I need a break. I need like an intermission, even though there's only 5 packs left. I gotta mix it up, man. I gotta keep the mind fresh. Who tagged me here? All right. So there's the Acbro card. Veblen Shackles. That's what it should say. But it says Vidalkin. Vidalkin Shackles. All right. So we got Hamlet's Ablaze. Yeah, I got to get back to Roaring Turkey. That's right. He won that one, guys. He won the Jussie Pilkus. He loves Jussie Pilkus. The players love Jussie. Fried. Absolutely fried. All right, what's going on in the marketplace? Coke. Shadow Cloud's doing Coke. I'm ready for the live stream, says Jeff Toohey. That was like 5 minutes before he went to bed. The first 5 minutes should be epic. That's ironic because I started 5 minutes late. Please post a TLDR when it's over. What a scumbag. What a scumbag. Let me call him a scumbag on live. What do you mean a TLDR? How about watch it, scumbag? How about watch this? How about watch it? Scumbag. Got him. Got him, guys. All right, I got him. Is that it? All right, we gotta get back to business here. Enough of this Discord shenanigans. 5 packs for Mill to Med. Mill to Med finally gets off the wheel. Let me just do this. There, see? Ah! You ever had that fall out of a box? You hate to see it. So look at this. Starts as a piece of cardboard. You fold it. You turn it. You divide it. See? That's how it works. You thought I didn't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 makes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, is this guy helping us or is he a jinx? Maybe I should let me see what he's doing in here. Z's? This guy? All right. All right, he left. He left over. I called him a scumbag. Took it like a champ. He doesn't even know I'm still live right now. I'm going to tell him, actually. I'm going to tell him. Watch. I'm going to tell him right now. I'm not even going to get into Mill 2 Meds packs. Going to have to wait longer. All right, hang on. Watch this. I am actually live right now showing myself. I'm going to talk to him like Christopher Walken. Talking to you live. Nice. Scumbag. Ah. All right, we can't see his response. You got to join the Collector Art House Discord if you want to see how he responds to that one. Does he handle it like a champ, or does he have an emotional collapse, or does he just leave the Discord? He could just leave the Discord. It's always a risk. Sometimes they come, sometimes they stay, sometimes they go. See that dust speck? Oh, you get it. It's getting a little harsh glare right there. All right. Good luck, Charm. Oh, he says he's touching grass like he's doing something important right now. This card's falling down. What is this? Wall of air. Wall's crumbling. You can't really have a wall of air. That's why it fell. Frogman? Why did Frogman DM me? What's he talking about? Should I take another break? 5 packs. We'll never get through these 5 packs. I am playing Sorcerer and Constructed. Don't tell anyone. Whoops. he just got Ron Burgundy. Oh god. I literally just Ron Burgundy the guy. You just saw it happen live on camera. I don't know if anyone picked up on that. I might have blew up his spot like that time we had with Pelly. You got to go back to the live archives to find the Pelly incident. It might have been related to our guy Atlas Thorn. We should probably close with an Atlas Thorn showcase for good measure. I think we got Europeans waking up 6:30 in the morning. That's like prime time to wake up and party. Ooh, the wings. You don't see the wings too often. Losing resolution here. All right, so this is Mil2 Med. He had to wait till the very end, 3 hours almost. And he gets nothing. Literally nothing. But I appreciate you, Mil2 Med. Mil2 Med helps organize the Collector Art House Discord. And he's just a very nice guy, man. Very supportive. Always has been from the start. All right, so we got a bit of a problem here. Got a bit of a problem. All right, I fixed it. Put some cards in the wrong slot. We got Keel. We got Mil2 Med. We got Pyle. We got Jeff Tooley. We got Akbro. Laxons. He's got like a whole row piling up. Dunkanas. And, oh yeah. All right. Oh, Pelly. Did I hear it? Have you been lurking this whole time? Didn't say a word? He only shows up for the Pelly incident. Look at this, Pelly. What do you think about this one here? See this magic card right here? Look at this. It's five colors right there, Pelly. Look at this. Look at this. I got this too here. Proudly displayed. Gold. Pure gold. All right, Pelly, did you see the opener show? Let me show you a little show and tell here, man. We got 2 cards that someone's going to win. So someone's going to be a helpful hob to the Explorer Series tournament scene and win the helpful hob. I gotta close this in less than 3 hours. Otherwise, no one's going to watch the video. So I got like 2 minutes left. Pathfinder, someone's going to win that. Actually win that. Next week, Pelly, we got the original painting of Corleone coming up. And this is going to be included with it. So someone's going to win an original painting and this artist proof, number 2 of 25, from the great Vincent Pompetti. It says this is Apple stock 2005. So it's like getting in early to get at the riches. Then Sunday night, we're going to have Sleep by Severin. Kitty Sleep. Adorable Kitty Sleep by Severin. I only got like a minute, guys. I only got a minute. Then we're going to have from Atlas Thorn, Showtime Thorn. Showtime Sorcerer, baby. There he is. Showtime Bunny. Incredible. Those are the money ones. Sunday, Monday, Sunday to Friday, original painting and the artist proof. And then there's the prize support. We're sending these off for prize support for the Explorer Series. Pinky and index finger. I might send them a finger too. I don't know. Five seems like a lot. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to need them all. 5's a lot. I could spare 1 or 2 for Keel. He needs the help. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This one is live this weekend until Sunday night. Roasted turkey. No. What the hell's his name? Roaring Turkey. So many turkeys, man. Can't keep all these turkeys straight. Roaring Turkey won his first artist proof. He's got a great YouTube channel. I actually do watch it. I just cannot mentally, store his name in my head. And then this one ends Sunday night. All right, guys. I got about 90 seconds before nobody watches this. Please like and subscribe to the video. Check out the Patreon. Get in on the breaks. I might do an alpha break next week. I might do a sample pack break. I might do no break at all. You never know. There's a lot of there's 3 possibilities, 3 potential outcomes, any of which are possible. Thanks for tuning in. Check out Shardbugs. Check out Sorcery. I got 1 minute. Have a great weekend, and talk to you soon. Take care.